Hello and welcome to another episode on Trust the Dungeon Master. My name is Alex K and I am one of those players. Welcome to this Saturday, 11/6/2021. We are starting a little early today because we were having schedule conflicts for one of our members today. And then sorry that we didn't play Arkelya yesterday. We had a short-term notice of a person couldn't show, and we knew another person couldn't show, so that was two people gone, and we wouldn't play with two people missing. So, yes, Arkelya should be playing 2 weeks from now, the 19th, right? And then, unless anyone's got anything else saying, Galewright Accord will be playing next Saturday. So, yeah, there's my announcements. Anyone have anything to share?
Oh, I just want to thank everybody for adjusting schedules. That was on my part. I forgot that I had plans prior for Saturday.
We're
Next
here for
Saturday could be iffy, right? Slicky, you have another thing going on or whatever?
Yes. So I should be fine in regards to that. I think it'll be okay. I'm going to get me and my girlfriend's her maternity pictures taken from my sister in the evening, but I should be home early enough, so that should be fine. I will let you guys know ahead of time if it changes.
Okay.
Oh,
But until then, next Saturday.
Let's get that character
All
sheet
right.
up. That's something I didn't do. So, that covers all that then. Right. I guess we're ready to get to the game.
Well, we're ready to get to the first game that we play on this game of D&D. Lucky roll.
Lucky
Everyone
roll.
put your dice in the middle.
Why is there 5 dice today?
Well, maybe there's a reason I'm involved. Who knows?
If he ties with anyone, they have to do the recap.
We're closest to him.
Oh, that would be good.
Just know that the only rule is that I never do the recap. So if I'm rolling, something's up. All right, go.
Lucky
Oh, that's so middling.
All right, we got 11, 6, a 9, and an 8, and a 13. All right. Huh.
The most middling number, unless there are any duplicates, which I don't think there was.
No.
Then both roll and the lowest recaps, but that would be if there was duplicates. Okay, if my roll is the most middling, then which yours is the 8.
No, mine is the 13. It's not. I'm the highest, so that doesn't matter.
I'm the lowest.
It seems the most middling is a 9.
Well, middling from our numbers or middling total from the 1 to 20
He
spectrum?
rolled because that way there would be a middle.
Yeah, I rolled so there would be a middle.
Because there's a 6. Yes. Okay, well, that's going to be me anyways. Who are we joking?
Yeah!
You do realize I did last week, right? It wasn't Panda, right?
Hey, I did ask you to, but I greatly appreciate it.
So, let's see. Right. The last session of Galewright Accord, Knowledge of the Fallen. The party is introduced to Razmeti inside the vision dream that we were all sharing together. He was the 5th Sky Lord, who showcases the end of his people. We kind of take a screenshot, at least from his memories or something like that, of eons past, of when his airy people were being annihilated by dragons who betrayed them or surprised them at a moment of their weakness. The weakness being that they sacrificed 4 of their leaders to seal off good old Sebraz. And so they took the opportunity to annihilate this thorn in their side. So in their fall, we witnessed terrible things happening. A dark deal or bargain made by Razmeti and Miska the wolf spider, a very powerful demon from the abyss. And that turned bad for Razmeti, who got sucked inside as the last token of payment. Let's see. Besides that, unfortunately, the Skylords and the Prince, the Abyss, instead claim. That was already talked about. Yeah, so there, Razmeti, that we were talking to, who was kind of like, I don't know, narrating or curating these events to us, basically told us how we could feasibly stop Sebraz, right? That here's the route you would want to take if you were going to do it. If you can't do it, you got to give to someone that's powerful enough to do it because your world's doomed, basically. Guy seemed very guilty of his past decisions, and this like echo or alteration of him, it's not the true him, it was some kind of like snapshot of him, is the one having to regret. The real him is off in the abyss, is one of the things that we'll have to kill. So we have a quest presented to us that we could or could not pursue, where we have to go find the tombs of the other 4 Skylords, somehow become a vessel to contain part of their soul within some of us. And then once we get all 4 of those, then jaunt on off to Lilith, who would suck Razmeni from the Abyss to the material plane so that we can vanquish and subdue that one and try to use the key, the golden key orb we have to annihilate Severaz, at least this was stated to us. This conversation came to a close. We left his little nightmare realm and kind of regrouped to talk about the or unpackage all of these findings that we had, basically. Some of us handling it better than others. Some of us really stressed about all this nonsense. Three of our members being unable to say no based on the fact that they were attuned to the key already. Let's see, our Lonnie jaunted off to the side to wash her face, and she had a beautiful conversation with Tricknock, who booned her at first and then seemed to be very upset about some information she reported to him. Let's see, the group regroups. We decide where are we going to go, and we spent like half an hour just kind of going, well, we don't want to go to Selgaunt because Severaz is going to Selgaunt. But then in the end, we decided Selgaunt's the only real solution we could do. We have to go to Selgaunt. So we enter a race with trying to beat Severaz to Selgaunt to uncover information before he does, because I guess we're trying to find these tombs before he finds the tombs, and then kills the Sky Lords that are supposedly still comatose there. And so we eventually make our way to the gates of Selgaunt. Make the gates of Selgaunt, where we find that they have some kind of circle where they can demand the truth out of you, and that we're going to have to go one at a time through this circle. And they're asking the question, have you recently been in contact with anyone from Agron, which was the opposing side of the war? Just to remind everyone, there's a conflict between Selgaunt side, or Sembia side, and Algorand, and we're on the Sembia side of the conflict. So if we had any affiliation with Algorand, we would be, treasonous or traitors. So it's problematic. And yes, we have had conversation with some people from Algorand. So Owen was the first to come up to the precipice to be demanded to step inside the circle. He tried to avoid it, and that's where we left off.
Past, great job. I'm dying. What the fuck? 1 second.
Boss is typing something in the bot channel.
An hour-long playlist because I'm a loser. I'm a lame loser.
You don't want me to do it anymore? Oh,
I don't care. I'm just putting on an hour-long playlist of nice, intense battle music because that's all this session's gonna be.
Right. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this instead for the suspense that's coming up.
There we go. So, Owen, you step forward, away from Nolan, and towards the circle. The circle seems to be at the sort of halfway point between the outside, the first portcullis of this large gate that is open, and then the second portcullis.
I'm making large eyes at Nolan, like pleading eyes.
The gap between the outside and the circle does seem to be over maybe 10 feet, probably around 20 feet. It is like a massive city gate after all.
Okay. So I roll.
And as you step forward, the guard looks you up and down for a moment, and you notice ahead of you, inside the city, another guard who seems to be in slightly fancier regalia. One of his pauldron has like a cloth dangled over it to cover his left side. He looks up for a moment towards you, and he kind of breaks from his conversation. And as the guard next to you speaks, he says, "All right. Wait a moment. You're the Oxhorn boy, aren't you?" says the guard walking over.
See, finally someone recognizes me. Yes, I'm Owen. You must have heard of me.
Of course. Do I let him in? No, I want to hear his answer.
You're such a dick! You're such a dick!
Your family is, of course, suspected of treason. I wouldn't miss this opportunity.
I step, into the circle. Fuck this shit.
Owen, I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
He gave you an out just to take it away.
I loved it.
The new guard is standing there with his arms crossed.
Okay, let me just grab my sheet real quick. I should have had this out way earlier. It's charisma?
Yep.
Huh.
Zone of truth. It's charisma.
Okay, let's do it.
First roll of the session.
This is really bad.
Here it comes.
That's a 3.
So,
Feel your beats.
as you step into the glowing sort of energy, this golden light, it washes over you.
I
You
feel
it.
my
You
throat
feel it
close up.
already. Your lies
Fuck.
laid waste, put to ruin. You can only speak truth.
Okay.
And the guard there before you looks down at she goes, "Have you?" And as he begins to utter that sentence, the whole wall shakes, and you hear a loud explosion on the eastern side of the city. You haven't come in from the south. And the captain guard, the one who approached you, he grabs his sword and goes, "Wait here!" And he runs off. And a bunch of guards are heading that direction.
What's going on?
The one who was questioning you, or about to, he steps in that direction and looks around.
I will fumble my wand
Soldier,
out.
what's going on?
Not right now!
What?
Nolan, over here.
Those who are outside, you guys witnessed the explosion. It was pretty big, and you can see smoke coming off in the distance to the east.
Did like rubble? How
when
far
the
away would?
explosion-
It was a
when
good
they-
distance away.
Okay.
It might have been at the other gate.
So that's
we
like
feel
a
like
mile
the-
away, maybe.
Oh damn! Do we feel like the ground shake or anything?
It was not that big. It was like some like loose rocks and dust fell from the ceiling of the portcullis that you're in right now.
Can I like stumble? As well, I don't know. It's strong enough for me to stumble.
Could be.
But oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, by the sounds of the people that were outside, is there any way I could determine whether it was like a type of siege weapon that might be hitting this eastern
Looking
gate?
towards the water, you don't see anything in there. It doesn't seem, and there's no army in that direction or anything. But as you are looking about, you notice some people, a group of 3, they sort of pull their hoods up and just run into the city.
I'm going to stumble like clumsily and like fall out of the circle.
Hey, you 3, stop! And he runs after them.
What's the rest of the people behind us? So there was a line, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are like looking off in that direction and like kind of gawking and panicking, and most of them being refugees from the city you left who didn't learn, or just normal people.
You have to let us in. If something's attacking, you have to let us in.
The guards have kind of dispersed at this point. There are a few in the area.
I don't think you need to ask permission anymore.
Yeah, we could just walk in.
Yeah, that's okay.
Kaven's
Hey,
wondering what's making this happen.
What happens if it's separate?
That's my
Well,
concern right now.
Well, then let's get this done quickly. I cast Pass Without a Trace and try and like target the
Guidance.
3 of us.
Guidance on myself.
All right, everyone,
Let's
roll
get in.
yourself.
I don't stealthily walk in, I just walk in.
Just roll it. You get +10. Just do it.
Hey.
25 for me with Pass That Trace being the bonus on that.
I should be good.
Oh, actually,
I
it's
just
26.
walked.
Sorry.
My dex is +1, so 26.
You know just walking is an auto fail, right? You might as well try.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Damn, 33
Hey.
then?
Yeah, I got a natural 20.
I got 17 minus.
With disadvantage, you got a 17?
Oh, disadvantage?
Yeah, you're wearing
you have
chainmail.
armor on.
Good.
So 17
Five.
or
Minus.
1.
So
Yeah.
14.
14. Which is still
14,
pretty
not
good.
bad.
That's not that bad.
All right,
14.
In this moment of chaos where the guard left behind chased after 3 hooded individuals, your group enters the city.
Well, that was
Pushing through
easy.
the outside streets towards the massive tower in the middle.
Are there like troops running around? Is there chaos inside the city? Like, are people fleeing in a different direction, like away from that gate, or what's the kind of commonplace attitude?
Most of the people in this area aren't running away, but they are like out, like in the front of their houses and stuff, like looking in that direction, like hand over their eyes. The guards, however, like you'll see like a group of 6 of them, like doing like a uniformed sort of jog in that direction.
Right.
Okay, well, do we know where this archaeology place would be? Because we might want to get there expediently.
Oh, and you're aware it's inside the main tower.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm too annoyed by the way they spoke about my family. Like, you have to get my attention. Like, you have to like shake me in order to like for me to like look at you, because I'm like over here like muttering to myself.
I'm not gonna shake you. Orlani wouldn't do that. So she just asked that question to Caven and Nolan then.
How dare they? The Oxer name isn't spoken of like that.
This is what Owen's concerned about. They're in an explosion.
Yeah, he's a very what should we say? Trivial man.
Vain man.
There we go.
Vain. Yeah, I like it. But where are you walking towards? The guild is this way. God.
Oh, all right. Follow
As
me.
you guys are getting closer to the center, the people seem way less to care about like the explosion. Like only like 5 minutes of jogging or walking in that direction, and you can already see like there's someone who's just kind of leaned back against the wall. He has like a cigarette in his mouth, and he goes, "Another one? Well, they ain't getting any closer to the center." Flicks his cigarette away.
Another one. What's he mean by another one?
Explosions happen all the time here. At first they were startling, but after 10 or 12 with nothing happening, what's the point of even caring?
How long have they been going on for?
Since the beginning.
The war, I presume.
Selgaunt is a pretty important capital.
Look, can I take a perception check and like look skyward or like just see if there's something in the air harrying the town?
Yeah, there doesn't appear to be. You can roll in a perception if you want, but
I mean,
like,
so you just told me
you're
there's
not.
not, so I see nothing unusual.
Yeah, there are skyships coming in and out.
Okay.
Just,
So yeah, it doesn't appear to be an attack besides just random explosion. Okay.
Yes. Quite lucky there.
well, you more refugees then, huh?
Refugee? Business people, actually. We're looking for the Archaeology Guild. You know what it is?
Yeah, 5th ring. Head on up.
Open, I presume.
You are outsiders.
Uh,
Nothing about this war would ever stop anything that happens inside the ring.
alright.
We're heading towards the tower, correct?
Yep.
That's right. You, Owen, you're aware that the locals refer to it as the rings.
Yeah, and I imagine like each ring is like a floor, probably.
Yeah.
So we're heading for the 5th floor.
Right. Well, let's go then.
Proceed.
What floor are the airships on?
There's a dock on basically every floor above the 3rd.
Okay,
The
where
first,
would
the first 2 floors are close enough to the ground where they don't have one. But yeah, 3rd and up.
do we have a place where we tend to dock our airship?
It would depend on what your needs were for that visit.
Ah. Okay, fair enough. I can do this.
You would typically go there, intending to speak to a specific person or do business at a specific place, so you would dock at that ring's area.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, up to the 5th. How many floors? How many rings does this tower have?
You know it has 15.
15.
15 stories?
Yes.
Tall building.
Yeah, and the first 2 are actually much larger than the rest. So, yeah, it's a huge tower.
Now I'm just gonna follow Owen. Follow the leader.
I'll lead them towards the center.
Do you have anything you want to do on the way there?
Daily.
No,
Is this
I do not.
explosions every day? But the gods still responded the way they did. Doesn't that seem?
Well, it's not every day. He said they've had 12 since the beginning.
How long has the war been going?
A couple years, I believe.
So then, once every
Wait,
2 months?
Right.
Sounds about right.
Don't you think the citizens would still panic every 2 months then? I mean,
Well, I imagine the ones closer to the wall are the ones panicking.
I suppose. I guess it's not surprise then. That's good.
Best cover up those deep eyes of yours. Apparently you're catching on.
Deep eyes.
That's the notable trait about Owen, by the way. It's just that he's got very large
deep
orbitals.
eyes.
Okay, let's check
That's
out
why he's
my-
recognizable.
It's their deep eyes and the fact that they cry oil.
Cry oil. My coat doesn't have a hood on it, Nolan. I don't know what you expect me to do.
Well, figure something out before somebody else notices you.
I can pop up the collars a bit higher, but that's as far as I can go.
So
You're already quite edgy.
just to define here, so like this art here, the most of the city is just it's not very tall cityscape, right? It's just like 1 to 2 story buildings, but there's just one giant monument in the middle, and that's
Yeah, you kind of get the idea that the monument was built first and then a city around, or like erected around it.
is it like slum quality of these buildings that we're in right now, or are they actually relatively okay?
They're at least made of like timber. You know, they're not just being held up like by
Stick.
just
Do
like
they?
supports.
They get nicer the closer you get to the tower, right?
Yes, and that also seems to be the case.
How far away
The
are we
ones
from?
direct-
So sorry. How far away from the mill?
From the middle, not too far. You're heading that direction. The city isn't as wide out from the tower as I don't know, as the art might depict. It is a bit closer to the tower. It's like maybe.
Oh yeah. How many
30-minute walk.
radius miles about?
I don't know. It's only like a 30-minute walk if you're like walking.
Yeah, so it's 1.5 miles from the outer circumference to the center of town, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So an hour from the hour to go across the diameter. Okay. That's still reasonably large. So that means the population's probably in the ballpark of like what, 30 to 50,000 maybe, or does it seem more dense?
No, it actually does. It seems pretty sparse out here. Actually, it seems like it might only be like 1 to 2, and like upwards at like the top end of 4 people to each of these houses.
Okay. So then someone could estimate a population of what, 10 to 20K? How big would
Well,
this?
depends on how big inside of it is.
True, fair. Okay.
Yeah, because people
But
could be inside the tower.
Is there like an intelligence check that I could try to do just to kind of guess how populated the city would be?
Yeah. Sure. Rolling. Look.
Come on, Arlani. I think it's a 9. Yes, 9.
All right. So
500,000.
Your your second estimate seems to be closer to what you would expect, given what you've looked around and witnessed. But yeah, that is not taking into account that what might be on the inside of this.
Right. Got it. Thank you.
All right. So then, as you continue your walk through, as you're reaching the sort of stairway that leads up to the first door on the tower, you notice that the guards standing here aren't wearing the same regalia. The ones that were out by the gate, they were more similar to Selgaunt, or not Selgaunt. They were more similar to the army ones you've seen. The people who were out on the boats, the outfits that the people who were with the Wolf of the Ways had. They're dressed more like that.
Yeah,
But
so these would be city guard, pretty much. And
these ones are wearing, they're wearing like this sort of red tabard that has slight like shoulder pauldron to it, so that there's cloth going over it, and their helmets come to a large point. They sort of have this golden point to them instead of being a domed helmet or a finned one. And they're each wielding spears, but they don't hold it like at their side at attention. Both their hands are nearly together down in front of them, and they're holding the spears sideways.
How many
And,
are there?
There seems to be about 6. There's 3 on either side of the gate.
6 of them. Okay. We're still holding our. I'm still holding our stealth, right?
Yeah. For now, you still have pass without trace, but you're not currently stealthed anymore.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
we're nearing this gate to enter into the tower section. Is that where we're nearing right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
the
how
base of a
populated
stairway,
is
and
this? Is there like a line of people trying to come in now?
There are lots of people coming in and out of here.
Are any of them being stopped or questioned, or is there any kind of filtration happening?
There doesn't appear to be any filtration happening. The guards just seem to be standing there as if sentinel. They're just waiting, but they don't seem to be curating who enters and leaves. That doesn't seem to be any of their priority. So what do you do?
Come on, go. You said it's this way, right?
I don't like the. I didn't do too well with the other guards.
Look, these ones
Can
aren't
we-
even stopping people. They're just letting them walk through and out. Have confidence. Don't you have some confidence?
I glare at her witheringly. Of course. Follow me. Let's go in.
All right. So you head up the stairs. It's a good long set of steps.
I'm like I have my this. I'm trying to cover my face a wee bit, like I'm like coughing into my crap. The
Cloak, your lapel,
sure
your
lapel.
shirt.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that lapel.
Your shoulder,
Yeah.
armpit.
Yeah,
where
whatever.
are you?
The tall things to the sides of my face. I forgot what they're called.
Collar?
Your collar?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
All right. Owen is doing his best to hide the bottom half of his face while still maintaining a look at where he's going. While you're passing these guards, would you all care to roll me a perception in regards to them? Unless you want to pay them no mind at all.
I will percept.
All right.
Nope, that's not bad.
18
Actually,
perception.
one of my
Ooh.
Perception.
If you want to. If you don't want to pay the guards any mind, you don't have
Well,
to.
Lonnie is paranoid, so she pays attention to everything.
Mine's a 15.
14.
All right.
17, I think.
All of you notice this. Probably being that it might be your first encounter with it. Even Owen, because this is something that'll come up. But I'll inform you in a second. Nolan, you don't have to worry about these things' bones and whether they're perfect or not. Because as you're passing by them, you notice that their sunken-in eyes have a glow to them. Almost mechanical in nature. They are not humanoid under there.
Golems of some sort.
You are aware of this race, quote-unquote. These warforged scum.
It's
They're unofficial. Nobody Nolan's inquiry.
Oh, and you've heard story of this. Your father referred it to the slum guard. The richer upper merchant class who normally hires the private guards for this place didn't even want to like risk human lives. They didn't consider it necessary for the slum bottom of it, and the under that you never visited. You never went down to floors 1 or 2. It was beneath you.
Huh.
They got a mage to make things that were easily repairable.
Do they seem to be responding, or do they look more like low level, like dumb, right? I guess is the question.
They don't.
Statues,
They don't seem to be like they don't seem to be like thinking about the sky or what they're looking at. It seems they're just waiting for an initiative or something, a trigger to make them react.
So they seem more like robots, really, rather than like the sophisticated warforged that could be.
Or statues.
Yeah.
But as you push past them and open the door, you're greeted by kind of an awful heat. This place is much more dense than the outside. There is a ton of people, and ahead of you, the houses seem to be made out of metal.
So it's like an open cavern?
It's a large, the main floor, probably about 40 to 50 feet up. It is huge by itself, the main floor. And there seems to be like almost factories in here.
Do we hear like machines pressing and such?
You do hear machines pressing and anvils being hit. And something else you notice is, like all these people coming in and out, they're not going through like a processing center, but on your left and right, there are 2 more doors, 2 more sets of stairs. One heads up, and you know about this one on, but another heads down. And you've never gone that way.
I've never actually touched the stairs before. We usually just fly into whatever level we're supposed to be at. Hell, we flew between levels. I wonder if the stairs are long. It's gonna be a long climb. Well, good luck, Arlani.
What do you... Why single me out exactly?
Well, it seems...
I have legs at work.
Roll me a perception.
Okay. She does have legs.
all of you.
Oh, mine's an 11.
Another one, okay.
Yes, another one already.
Oof.
Terrible.
7.
17.
All right. 17.
Perfect. So, as those two are bickering towards each other about the amount of legs that one may or may not have, Nolan and Caven, you both notice the 3 hooded individuals like just push right in and head down the stairs quickly without stopping to look around or talk to anyone. And what's your total rolls? Are you both just 17 flat?
17 flat.
I
Or my
have
17 flat.
I have
Yeah,
0.
I have 0 as well.
17.
Okay. You notice that one of them, there's a bit of blood on the bottom of his right sleeve. It doesn't appear to be his own. It looks like a splatter. You're able to put that together, but they head downward.
Up to no good there, Caven. Are you up for some good work here? Should we pursue?
It seems like kind of a problem we shouldn't really be dealing with right now, but, might be a good way of finding information since we know they're in trouble.
Well, I trust your legs are much quicker than my old ones, so might want to flash. Everybody, I'll warn the others. Be right behind.
Well, you better hurry up.
All right.
And I will start following these 3 hooded figures.
They're running?
They were like speed
Hurrying.
walking. Yeah, they were just pushing through without getting any attention to them. Essentially, just being
All right. I'll tap Owen on the shoulder.
I'm not saying you don't have legs, Arlani. I'm just questioning
Owen,
yes?
no time. It's up to no good here. Murderers, all of that.
What? Wait,
Bleed,
where's
blood,
Caven?
hooded. Do you remember those 3 that walked in here the first time? Do you
Yes.
remember that? Yes, they're up to no good. Probably killed somebody. Probably should pursue.
Was the
there.
guards were pursuing them?
No,
Well,
they're
look-
not.
It
No.
looks like they got away.
Assuming as they're having this conversation, I'm already proceeding down.
Yeah,
Yes.
you've
Yeah.
already stated you're after them.
All right.
Do we see
yep,
Caven go
yep.
down the stairs?
No, I think Haven left before
I would
before
tell-
Nolan even talked to us.
I would tell you that Caven
I think-
pursued. We must catch up.
Well, it was which way? Said.
Down the stairs.
Down
Hurry.
All right.
basements to this thing.
Down the stairs I go, chasing after Caven.
All right.
Now, is this just
David.
like a? Am I just seeing a hallway? Like, is it just?
You're seeing
one
a spiral staircase. You can't.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just kind of running in a circle downwards. You are faster than them, and I assume you're actually full sprint.
Yep.
You're heading down, and you reach another floor eventually. Looking about, roll me a perception. You also notice that the stairway does keep going down.
That's 5 flat.
You didn't do reckless?
Reckless perception. Yes. Yeah, he perceives really well, but on the next turn he can't hide it all. Looking about, you can't tell if they got off on this floor. You don't see them immediately. The people of this floor, though, they're seeming to wear like pretty heavy leather aprons about, and their eyes and face are kind of covered, and they're working on these sort of vents and pipes.
I'm gonna probably ask the nearest person. But before I do that, one of them was bleeding. Do I see any blood droplets anywhere along the floor?
No, you were able to garner that they weren't actively bleeding. It looks like blood splattered onto them.
Okay.
It probably dried in the time it took them to get there.
Who would be the nearest person closest to me?
There is a larger gentleman who has one arm sort of missing but replaced. It's a metal sort of limb with no hand at the end, though. It has more of like a tool. It has more of like a gripping sort of tool to it. And he's currently twisting the bowl on a large pipe that rattles every like 30 seconds.
Well, he seems like he's pretty busy. I doubt he saw these 3. But I'll walk up at. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you during pausing your work here, but did you see 3 hooded individuals run through here? Possibly
What
not run,
languages
but
do you
were
speak?
speaking. I speak. I always forget that.
Primordial and common.
Yeah,
That's it.
think so.
He's a
Oh.
barbarian.
Yeah.
He's not probably picking knowledge-based stuff.
As this man turns around, he just goes like, you can't understand a word he's saying.
Oh Jesus! And
He's
I just
like-
keep walking.
He's just like pointing. He points to your face and then like points away.
Oh, I get it.
God.
Do we catch up? How many
Yeah,
minutes
yeah.
was he ahead of
Yeah,
us?
you guys catch up. Like you guys get to that floor and you can see Caven because he kind of sticks out. This sort of shirtless, fucking fire-headed person walking about
Six
down
and a half
there
feet tall, whatever the heck he is.
with all these like fucking masked up people with their fucking goggles and their big fucking leather apron that they have on. And this floor, you can hear like the rattle of like metal, like, and then the.
It smells like a metal graveyard in here.
It's hotter in this room,
I,
isn't
I
it?
lost them.
Yeah.
You lost them?
I lost them. I don't know exactly where this. I head down to this floor and just too many people. I couldn't get a tab on them. But then I tried to ask somebody, and I don't know what the hell these people speak down here. But I don't understand a word they say.
Well, they were up to no good, that's for sure. We should either split up and look for them or move on.
What are the odds of even finding these people? Maybe it's not worth our time.
It's far more dense inside the towers than it is out on the, I guess, the surface since we went down.
Well, yeah, the tower was here before. They used as much of the space as possible before they had to build outside.
Right.
So
Never
maybe we
been.
should move back on to what's important to us, then?
I'll report it to the guards then.
Maybe we should not deal with the gods since we need to have freedom right now.
Pardon?
Sounds like a good idea.
Are you saying not to report this to the guards?
I think so. Because, they might demand that, since Owen and celebrities, that they might want to retain him for a period of time, right? And we can't
I'd
like their
afford
information.
such
I would
accolades.
like not to be retained. Yes.
Very well. So then, what floor? Where do we go for this?
Well, we were supposed to go 5 floors up, but apparently now 6 floors. So
Right. So let us use our legs that we all have and begin ascending. Then, and I'll turn around and go back up the spiral staircase and start walking up.
This is out of character,
Can
but
I-
was that guy deaf? That I was talking to?
No. He was basically telling you don't want to be down here without a gas mask, mate. That's what he was telling you.
Just as you're about to leave the floor, you can see that the floor down, like the stairway going down, isn't even like properly lit. Some of the torches seem to have burnt out and were not replaced or anything. It's just getting worse in quality.
I mean, I suppose they might have retreated down below. I mean, are you really that against walking an extra flight of stairs, Owen? I mean, I know you're used to flying everywhere.
We don't have a choice. Why is it? Come on now. Let's go.
I think you just really wanted to find these people, right?
Well, I believe they broke some sort of law, but okay.
I didn't get a good look at them. Otherwise, perhaps I could have helped you track them down. But they
Hooded fellows.
They did get me out of a scrape back there. So
Yeah. All right, whatever.
I'm sure we'll find them again. It's a small
Don't we
town.
have bigger
It's a small
things
city.
to be worried about right now?
Yes,
the
that's
entire
what we're-
destruction of the entire plane and the barriers beyond and all life being extinct. I don't think 3 murderers is really important to us right now.
How do you know that one of them isn't working for you know who?
Well, that would be very impressive that they got here so quickly and that... Because, we left immediately, so...
We did argue for about half a day, though.
Are you?
Either way, we should focus on the task at hand. I just got distracted
Yeah.
hoping to possibly find some information. It's better we just go to this archaeologist guild.
Oh,
You know the way.
okay.
We start climbing stairs. First floor, second floor. I imagine it gets nicer past the second floor.
Yeah, as you cross through the first floor again, people bump into you. They don't seem to give a fuck that you're there. They're doing their own thing.
As we're going by, what is there any guards?
There are. You can see the same sort of people in the red with the pointed hats. They're just standing sentinel. And you notice even some people just like straight bump into them and like shoulder them out of the way, and they don't seem to react to it. But they
I will
still
go up.
have their weapons. They haven't been stripped of their weapons or anything.
I'll ask one of them a question.
All right,
Well,
you approach one of the guards in red.
Sir, what is your name?
There's just a sort of low hum of mechanical.
Oh, that's right.
around you,
Oh God,
and,
you are so. Ugh.
and the sound of people moving about.
Ugh.
Did you have a nice chat?
It is
What?
staring back at you though.
Is under this floor? What is the level below us?
The guard suddenly moves his hand so that the spear is upwards, and then it points to a large sort of a map of the building off against the wall.
Thank you. Fuck.
And then it lowers its spear back into both of his hands.
Useful. mechanism. I go over to the map and I look at it. What was the level that was below us that we went to?
It's called Steamworks.
What was the level below that?
From that floor down, it goes down about 11 more. So there's 12 floors under this, and they're all just referred to residential.
Well, okay. All right.
That does explain why there's so many people that live here, but not that many houses.
Got it.
Sure.
Except for the 12th floor. The very bottom one just has no designation. It also has no stairway reaching it.
Oh, that's intriguing. I go back to the party. I find them somewhere. Oh shit, where did they go? Hello? I
On the
listen
stairs.
for Owen's bickering. I'm complaining. But
48.
I mean, to lug his
49, 50, 51, 52.
Stop counting them. It
Hang
makes
in
it
there.
seem like there's 1,000 more.
hang in there, everybody. Well, I've learned what they went to. They went to the residential district. Apparently, they might live down there, some sort of,
People
colony.
live in this tower? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, but
Right. Well, bottom dwellers.
Anyways, as you reach the second floor, this one seems entirely devoted to military. There's slits you can see all along the outside wall. They can be closed. You see that they can be closed, but they have cannons basically just set up, not like ballistas or trebuchets, but actual fucking cannons. And there seems to be just an entire regiment of these mechanical fucking warriors, except for they are not moving and their eyes aren't glowing. They're all just kind of hunched over, standing.
So for this staircase up and down, is it one continuous through all the floors, or do we have to like move up to another floor and then move to another location to find a new stairwell to get to the level higher?
The one going down was one continuous. No one knows from the map. This one, once it reaches the third floor, you have to start moving about the rings to get to each new stairway.
Right,
It
so-
alternates which side it's on every time.
Okay.
But yes, the second floor seems to be its security force. They seem to be deactivated though.
right, just don't talk to the metal, and we'll be fine. There's
Don't
this
worry. They're not very smart. Rather imperfect. I don't like it at all. Is this how you live, Owen?
Well, no. These mechanical guards are mostly on the lower floors. The father said they were made to deal with the slum layers, or the lower floors of this tower, so we could keep the other guards up higher. We didn't have enough manpower for every single ring on this tower.
That's a really nice way of wording it, but when you're aware, and because your father basically told you that the amount of times they would have to hire new guards because people were just dying in the slums, it became actually more price efficient to use these things because they wouldn't die from the poisoning, and they can be easily repaired, and then they're kind of expendable. And
Also, yes. Also, they don't argue for better wages. So
Oh, isn't that precious?
I mean,
Honestly, I like them more than normal guards there. Less talkative, less questioning.
isn't it all very impressive though? I mean, they constructed all of this, and there's so many people. I mean,
Building.
how to
I don't
say?
think they did construct this. Did they find this? Was this built around this tower, or was this tower built before the city?
hard to tell. And the lore of this place isn't written in stone.
Should be. There's plenty of it.
Well,
There's a
regardless
tower of it.
if they built it or not, someone built it, right? With some very big plans in motion. About these these shiny men here. They seem as non-responsives. What good would they do exactly? In some sort of crisis.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen them in some sort of crisis before. I imagine they're made of metal. They look like they're waiting for some sort of signal. If the signal is violence, then that's probably what's going to wake them up. I suggest none of you do any violence. And I'm looking straight at Nolan.
What? Why are you looking at me?
Don't try to kill the metal men just yet. That's all I'm going to say.
Can they die?
I don't know. Don't test it.
Are they alive? Probably not. Some sort of weird magic's going on here. Yeah.
All right.
I do know that from layers 3 and up, it's humans, isn't it? Human guards?
Yeah, that is the case.
Okay.
So effectively, they are like metal golems, is what they are.
Yes, but supposedly they're a bit smarter.
Well, golems can be very intelligent. It's just you need a lot of effort and energy and your magic control to instill to them such capacity.
I don't think they went through the effort with these ones.
That does seems alright. I don't know how good they are. What's the point of them then if they can't differentiate between someone that's committed a crime or not? Is just some sort of puppet that stands there to discourage it, but really it doesn't do anything.
You might have hit the nail on the head there, Arlani.
Are these common in this region? These sort of things?
What do I roll to be able to know the answer to that question?
That's the answer. You're very well versed in the area, Owen. You know that from the north where the elves are and the magic school down to your house and all the way south, these kind of guards are not commonplace. They are ineffective at distinguishing innocence and guilt. They see violence and they react in violence.
Yes. But, I mean, they didn't care to distinguish guilt here. They just wanted to extinguish the violence. So they don't really care who gets hurt as long as it stops the fighting. No, they're not that common.
I could respect that.
Olin, you fucking bastard. Yes, I can respect indiscriminate violence. That's right. I love indiscriminate violence. Anyways, as you pass through the second floor and continue on your way up, the sound sort of drowns out. The second floor wasn't as tall as the first, but you know from the outside that the first and second floor had the same size. So it seems like there might just be like tens of feet worth of just empty space so that no sound comes up from there. Nothing can be heard below.
As you guys get to the third floor, there's like a sigh of relief from Owen. As like the noise was getting to him.
As you enter this large ring, from this point, there are ceilings, but in the middle of the ring, there isn't. You can see all the way to the top, and there's this sort of waterfall coming down. These thin waterfalls on like the four sides of it. And they meet in this pool in the middle, which doesn't overflow. It seems to be draining out somewhere. Probably being recycled back up. Who knows? And there's businesses around. It's less crowded here, and the people seem to be wearing more colorful clothing. You know, clothing that requires a bit more coin to own already on the third.
But there was no guards that stopped you from transitioning into this threshold. Nothing to filter.
There are guards in the area, but they don't seem to be stopping anymore.
No one to stop you from... Wow, okay.
Arlani, Kevin, look at this waterfall. And that was little me and my sister used to try to push each other into this pool. It was a fun game from the 8th floor. It was a fun game as long as we weren't above like the 4th floor.
Who won?
And then, 2 broken arms later, I was told we could no longer play that game.
How deep is the
Also,
pool?
by the way, in the pool, it's not very deep. You can see around the edges there's these slits where the water seems to be draining, but you can see in the water what at first you might assume is maybe a silver piece, like, oh, that's a rich piece, but you can see there's platinum like flicked into it. There's pieces of gold and platinum flicked into it.
This all seems very sophisticated, no? I mean, it's very.
I mentioned the place feels never ending. This place is huge.
Are people like
Right.
collecting water from this fountain to drink, or
No one seems to be doing that.
so it's
Why
just like a
would you
shopping
drink-
No
mall?
one seems to even be touching the water.
Why would you drink fountain water?
Because you need water to drink, my man. Come on.
You
no,
drank
you-
Carter's water, so what happened with that?
I guess you could drink it. I mean, you could ask.
If you're
someone
really
for-
thirsty, just go take a drink. Go on.
So,
Nah,
so
can
what's on this?
we have a
what's
scenes to
on-
do. Let's get going then. It's very pretty though.
I mean, go ahead, Owen, take a sip. See what happens. Maybe it'll give you some sort of energy.
I'm okay. We're almost to the 5th floor, so.
You just had to cross to the other side. Looking up though, you do notice maybe like 8 floors up. It is high up there. That there seems to be a platform in the middle with these large chains sort of holding it there that are between the 4 waterfalls. And you can hear just distant cheering up there. Something's happening up there. Who knows though?
Like
Ah,
it's
that's-
like there's like a terrace that's hanging from the ceiling. Is what you're saying?
No, it's hanging from that floor. The chains are pulled taut on all on ends.
And is this kind of near the center where there's a giant like hole donut?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
in that.
over the donut,
It's
like
between-
donut
over-
hole.
over the waterfall, or in between
Yeah.
the 4 waterfalls.
Huh. So it's like a
don't-
coliseum probably, and there's probably like a ring
Maybe.
of
I
people,
don't-
and they
I don't
look
remember
down
people
into
fighting
the
here.
the hole. All right. Well, we ascend up the stairs to see this next floor. We'll probably get a vantage point of this spectacle.
I think it's a bunch higher than we are.
That's 8 floors up.
Oh, 8 floors up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're only going up to 5.
right.
So 2 more.
Initially,
Well, we also
Unless-
have some things to do. So, let's stay focused, Nolan. Let's stay very
So-
focused on the mission.
So what was
Right.
on floor 3? What do I know floor 3 as?
They're not all super specific. They're just
Okay, cool. It's just like
different-
offices and stuff.
it's just different ranges of quality.
It's the atrium,
Okay.
man. It's where all the plants and the farming happens to be, and the beautiful water garden.
As you reach the 4th floor, you can see that there's plants on every floor. They sort of have it like built around the railing of the ring. They sort of have these hanging plants that get the splash from the waterfall every now and then to keep themselves going.
Up to the 5th.
But the
Rich
4th
sauce.
floor, very similar. The building's made out of a sort of whitish stone. There's people going around bartering.
This tower is a lot taller than I remember it. Just flying in.
And there are guards around, but they seem to be almost as relaxed as people. Like, you know, one of them doesn't even have his helmet on, and his spears are leaned against the wall, and he's sort of leaned back on a bench.
And the population just seems to be thinning the higher up we go, I assume.
It's just staying about the same sort of comfort level. And on the 4th floor, you do notice that one of this large side area where it's kind of opened up. There is an airship there that has 2 of these sort of like football shaped balloons at the top of it. And there's a person there who's discussing with what you would assume to be like customs or whatever, the people who, you know, check what's coming in and out. But there are airships here. Eventually, we reach the
Okay.
stairway.
I'll do this before we. No, we'll do this after we get over there. Yeah, let's go up to the 5th floor.
As you're reaching the 5th floor, or as you're about to reach the 5th floor, you are not accosted, but approached by a man. Young Oxhorn, it's been a while. I haven't received any word from your father in some time. You know this man, he is the tailor for your father when he comes to the area.
Yes.
This guy, like, when your dad needed a suit in the area, this guy would be the guy who made it. And he made you clothing when you were younger. His name is going to be Taryn.
Hello, Sir Terran. It's been a long time. I haven't been to this fair city in quite a while.
Too long. He gives you like a hug, kiss on the cheek kind of thing. Very European flamboyant. Please tell me that you've come all this way for an occasion and need something better than these rags you're in.
Oh, I would never pull anything that you've made into such squalor. At the moment, this is practical. I would love to be able to be dressed in something of your make, but at the moment, business does not allow it. I will love to return and get something from your exquisite establishment, but now is not the moment. I would love to come back if you have a chance at some point.
Whoa, and it would be a crime if I let you walk away like this. You all look like peasants. Let me just help you.
A peasant? These are nice clothes.
I'm like pushing her behind me, trying to like. I thank you for your generosity. It's just lots of business to do. I'm sure I will speak to the secretary of my father, and we will set up an appointment to rectify this monstrosity that we're wearing. But at the moment, that is not a proposition we can get into.
He sort of lets out like a long sigh, and just to describe what he's wearing, he sort of has like a purple sort of suit jacket. It's made out of like this velvety, felty material. It looks very shiny. It has a good gleam to it, and it has long coattails in the back with a frilled sort of puffed up collar, like a very European-esque, like a French nobility sort of look to it, along with these tight black pants and white. He has white shoes.
Yeah.
He looks like flamboyant as heck.
He looks dapper. Fuck, I would buy something, but I'm pretty sure I know his prices, and if we were to pull all our money together, we would probably buy like one coat.
He sort of like grabs his hair and pushes it up and back, but it falls back in front of his face. Oh. I lament the day that an Oxhorn has to go to a meeting with anyone looking that pedestrian.
God damn it!
If your father were here,
These words must wound
he would
Owen.
strike me.
Oh my god, if you look at his face is like scrunched up. Like he's
He
holding
knows
so
Terrence
much
is the
in.
best.
He's holding so much in.
What is wrong with the clothes that we are wearing exactly?
Oh, Lonnie, I don't listen to her.
I'm looking at Owen up and down. What's are there holes in his clothing? What's the issue?
They're slightly dusty.
They're slightly like worn and torn from battle, like not any like significant amount. A normal person, he's above. Oh, aside from the fact that they look like they've been waterlogged for 3 days and in a desert for 2 weeks, this outfit is unacceptable.
I do remember I bought this at your own establishment many a moon ago. I'm sure.
Oh, and you know styles change like the seasons. You can't wear something from last year.
Yes, but the quality you put into it could last me much longer. You know this. I am simply giving your invention cause. I'm sporting your artistic flair. I want to use this for as long as possible.
He very dramatically like grabs his face with one hand and like does a full lean back, like a full
JoJo
90 degree. He goes, oh, like the scorn of an ex-lover who betrayed me so I cannot see that thing walk around this town. Please.
Fine.
We don't have some
I'm sure-
time. We don't have some time. We have appointments to get to.
No,
Unfortunately.
he's right. We cannot arrive in
Owen?
such a manner.
Owen, we don't have the time.
You still have the tab on that my father has, correct? You can put whatever clothing we get on that tab.
Owen,
What?
we have things to do.
Our friend is trying to help us. By the way, is there any way I can get a coat with a hood? I feel like that would be useful.
A hood? How bohemian! It's wonderful. Yes, I can manage it.
Caven, no, we have to get him out of here before we get in his traps. This is going to take hours.
This is one of the many problems with royalty, and that's why I hate being one of them.
Excuse you. Hours. Please. I am a tailor. Minutes.
How do you fabricate the clothes?
Minutes, Arlani.
What?
Take us to your shop. I haven't been there in forever. If you could have anybody bring some water to us, it looks like
Wait, no, we have
someone
to
in
go.
the party was thirsty. They were thinking about drinking the water out of the pond. Can you believe that?
His eyebrows just go up in like the saddest expression, and he looks at you and he goes, "My God."
I know. These are the people I've been traveling with. You can understand.
Excuse me. We are here listening to these words.
Bless your soul for hanging out with these common folk.
I have the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah, after all, his best friend was a bear. He's probably the most native out of all of us, Owen. I don't know really you could say that.
Bobo? When you say the bear.
That one.
A different bear.
Okay, I guess let's make it quick then, since we have things to do.
So, am I doing it out with all your friends then?
I'm sure my father's tab could cover it.
No, we.
I'm not one for clothes, thank you.
Yes, you can see his style.
That's right.
He sort of looks you up and down and then just like looks away.
So much potential.
Come on, Owen, let's get this done quickly. Before it's too late.
Wonderful! Right. Follow me! He throws his hands up and he begins to stroll back to his place of business.
Well, look, are there other things here on this floor that might be able to...
There's tons of stuff. What do you want?
I'm just... something that might distract Owen away from this endeavor.
Yeah, you gotta come up with something good. Otherwise, I'm getting us all clothes, and you have to find another picture to put next to your picture to show what you're wearing. No?
To distract Owen in particular, I don't think there's anything else on this floor. This is the most distracting person.
I know, I have such an... Owen, there's Vaughn over there. We need to get to the 5th floor.
Vaughn,
Vaughn
where?
I think the tailor knows Vaughn.
Where?
Okay, nope, it's wrong person, never mind.
He quickly throws up his cloak in front of Owen. He can't see you like this.
Oh my god! Armani's posture resigns to the fate. Oh my god.
I will not be caught in the same threads I was wearing before.
Oh my goodness.
Come. It'd only be minutes, you said. I mean, a little bit more than minutes. I want to see what new styles you've come up with for the coming season. I was curious. I will admit.
I think they're revolutionary. And he pushes into his front door, and he goes, "Water!" And you see a goblin come running over with a pitcher in hand. The goblin, super well dressed. He has a popped collar suit. It's got cuffs on it and everything. He's very well dressed.
Huh. Arlani, have you ever thought about cuffs? I think that would look good on you.
My attire is perfectly acceptable for what we do. So, feel free to splurge on yourself.
Alani's gonna need something that doesn't get
I
quite so
don't-
moldy.
No, my clothes are not moldy. I'm gonna stand outside. Excuse me. I'll walk out. Just wait by the door.
Kaven could use some. Kaven wears no shirts whatsoever, but he could use something of an upgrade in the pants region. He doesn't really have anywhere to put things. Maybe a
Just give him
pants
some
that can
cuffs.
carry
just
more
fancy
cargo.
cuffs at the end of his wrists that will look like he's wearing a shirt, even though he's not.
Oh, we
You know
could
I
do
don't
that.
make anything for pedestrians. What's their family names?
Look over at Kaven. Kaven, I never really caught your last name. What was it?
The laundry.
That's
Never heard of
that's not your last name.
Nope.
Nope. It's on the stream. Hadar.
No, I know. I'm saying a fake name.
Oh.
Saying if the-
Oh.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. I could have sworn it was something different. Something that starts with an H.
He lifts his like cane and points at the next person. Name? It happens to be Nolan.
Oh, me? I do appreciate your work. My name's Nolan. Kind.
Last.
From that dead house? He sort of like raises his eyebrows a bit.
Not 100%. But
Must be
house
a
indeed.
coincidence.
Coincidence? Why?
There's no nobility left in that.
No, everything noble has been dried up. I'm just here. Now, I'm here. If you want to service the last house kind, you can. Imagine you being the last tailor for a noble house.
You could put that on your stationery.
Yes, that my clothing was the last thing they wore when they fucking died and decayed
Oh.
from this world. No,
Yeah.
I'd like my outfits to be seen.
Fair enough. Then just
Sure.
me.
Very good.
I would just like a coat with a hood, please.
I lean over to Caven. This work is shit.
This wicked shit. I love
You
it.
see Cave, the side of Caven's, smile kind of just perk up.
All right. He begins to take your measurements with the help of the goblin, and like for him, he just kind of holds it up to where he needs to be. The goblin jumps and grabs it and pulls it down, and then he just notes it on a book in his other hand.
It's very flamboyant, right? Like the way he's moving around and the measurements and such.
Yes.
How has business been in Selgaunt? I've heard that you have been. I heard the terrible tremblings from the wall. I imagine that can't be good for business.
Tremblings from the wall.
Yes, as I was coming in, there was an explosion of some sort. People were a bit panicked, but as we got closer to, of course, to the rings, at the center, then more level heads appeared. It seems like no one here is quite so fraught, but I imagine it can't be good for business.
Oh. I haven't noticed any decrease in business.
Oh, that's good. I imagine you've been making a lot more army uniforms, perhaps. Gotta keep the higher ups looking fit.
He kind of like looks up at you for a moment and goes, "What has become of you?"
Of me, much more adventure. Not quite as romantic as they put it out to be, but never a dull day. Been out and about for business for father. Saw some deserts, saw some dead things.
How do you feel
I
about
would-
the color red?
Like a deep red. Yes, something commanding. I've been wearing blue for far too long.
All right. Get my materials.
Just nothing too ostentatious. I do still need to... No, I feel like I'm speaking. I don't feel like he's listening to me as I say that.
All right. So, as he walks away and he leans over his work desk with all these materials, and the goblin runs over with a set of red linens, this sort of deep red. He grips one needle between his fingers, and several more float around his hand, and they all begin to sew separately.
Magic.
Yeah. Maybe he's just a really good tailor. Maybe any tailor could do this. It's just they don't.
No, his
Don't
clothes
try
are the
hard
most renowned in the entire continent. Talon? What was his name?
Terrence,
Terrence, like the cat.
like the guy that was in our party that one time. Oh no, that was Herons.
No, that was Herons.
Terrence the cat was Sebastian's familiar.
Terrence was
that-
Sebastian's familiar.
Okay, so it's,
I thought it was just Terran.
well, what is
that's
it,
what I call
DM?
him.
What's the name of this man? Terrence?
Either way is fine.
I want it for my notes.
His name's
Why
Terrence. That's the cat.
are you going to be coming back for something to wear?
I'm not in the shop right now. Okay, but so Terrence, right? Box?
Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
All right. So, as that's happening, what is everyone else doing? Because he does say minutes, but it does take several minutes.
What does this guy look like?
His bones are probably kept in a pristine condition, but he seems to have longer arms and legs than... not like any gigantism or anything, but he's got a thinner, longer build.
Don't you
What
don't
race?
you kill
Elf.
my tailor.
He's half elf.
Half elf. Okay.
Don't you dare kill my tailor.
And what color hair did he have?
His hair is black.
Black.
I will end you.
But he has it
Nolan.
one, and it's kind of like parts to one side.
He has like a big bunch of hair that goes upwards and then kind of like down over his face, like a Kakyoan thing.
Right. Okay.
Like a cocky Owen thing.
Right. All right. Oh. What else have you got around here? You have time to burn?
What else does he have around? He has several articles of clothing, though they all seem to be very colorful.
Any sort of symbols on here? Anything?
Yes, they all like over the right chest, like where like a little mark would be, is a golden laced T that is very fancy. It's like a calligraphy T.
Owen, I have to say,
No, you're back.
I am disappointed.
Oh, sweet. We regen mana.
Where would that be?
I would have thought you would have something a little bit more highbrow than this. This is rather mundane.
There's a stop at the work. Pardon?
Oh,
I-
just saying that I would have thought you would have had something a little bit more glamorous. This is rather vanilla.
Oh, I would not say that. I think this is an amazing piece he's putting together.
I think
It
I've
would-
seen that quite on 4 or 5 others as I walked by. Nothing unique,
Nolan,
extraordinary.
Nolan, shut up. He's joking. I wouldn't listen to anything coming out of Nolan's mouth.
Considering how quickly you make it, also, it is rather, what do you say, fast tailoring. Just mass produced.
Oh man! I imagine the word mass-produced just is like a punch to the face.
He's probably not within earshot.
No, no one's stating this to him.
To Terrence?
Yeah.
He's stating this to Terrence.
I'm saying it as loud as I know.
Alright, you're not kind at all. Nolan Malice is really what it is. That's right. Goodness.
Perhaps your words would carry a bit of sting if you weren't dressed like the afterbirth of a peasant. Your filth.
I guess the garment.
And nobility doesn't bother themselves with the word of filth. Now go ahead and decay like the rest of your house, you dead, decrepit skeleton of a man.
I grant you.
Go away.
Oof.
However, maybe things get more expensive up north. Maybe you perhaps should hold off on the cloak until you get something a little bit more worthwhile as we get closer to your home.
I consider it.
Overpaying for mediocre clothing is nothing we like to do, you know.
Why? Why?
No.
You know, you always get us into shit, man.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's going to make something that's not like everything else in his shop.
I'll have to give him the opportunity then.
Yes. Well, he would have to really up the bar.
Nolan, get outside.
Okay. I'm going to take my carcass outside, Terrence.
I apologize for that.
Indeed, the lesser of the Terrence.
Oh, God. Pay him no mind.
How are things going inside, Nolan?
Oh, spicy.
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 Yeah. Apparently, we're going to have somebody rather flamboyant. Buddy.
I imagine that the clothing that he's going to give Owen will be very outlandish, and so might be attracting more attention than we want, right?
I specifically told him to lay low, and he's going to get the most colorful thing he could possibly get.
I hate you so much.
Of course he would. I mean, I begged him not to, so that we wouldn't come here. We have scenes to do,
You
right?
should go in there and talk some sense into him. You and him have this connection.
No, we don't. Oh, Nolan, I've talked to you about this numerous times. There's no.
No, not that. I'm just saying you both are from houses that are rather lucrative.
I'm not rich. What are you talking about? I'm probably support. In fact, I think I am the poorest one in this group.
By choice. But I'm not there. I'm sorry.
Yes, well, maybe you can go in there. I tried my best, but she is pretty locked in on.
Right, so that's why I just consigned it and said to step outside before I got wrangled into this mess and came out with 8 outfits that I did not need. Also, is my outfit rabble? He called me a peasant.
It's.
Oh no!
She looks wounded at that. I paid good silver for this. I think it looks good.
It's minimalist, you know.
Word silver that had told you everything you need to know. Exactly.
Oh, hello, Kevin. You're not watching our Lord and Savior and stuff, huh? Making sure nothing attacks.
Not a fan of the whole rich brigade here. Dealt with enough of that back where I'm from, so.
I'll tell you what. I'll wipe out our debt if he comes out here with something that is not going to cause a distraction. You take that bet?
The 21 gold I owe you?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I would want to bet that he would come out with something so outlandish. So, but that's what.
Yeah. Well, that would be too good of a bet, right?
Also, I don't like taking bets, so I'll just pay you just 21 gold back.
All right. Haven, it's a shame that he didn't want to make you something.
I know. I
think
think
it's
I think Caven with cargo pants would have been hilarious.
I
Honest-
do think that you would look better charming, Kevin, if you did get some things that would cover you and more.
Not too much, though.
I mean, I do have clothes of such regard. I just don't prefer to wear them. I like to be nimble as much as I can, and clothes kind of just they get strict.
True. Yes. Well, I guess we're going to be waiting here for 8 hours.
8 out? No.
I'm surprised you guys don't already head upstairs.
I'm gonna peek my
be
head.
honest,
I'm gonna peek my head like out from the wall and look into the establishment. How's it coming along?
As soon as I see her, I go, "What colors do you think would go with those?"
I'm ignoring you.
horns?"
I'm looking at Terrence. How is the outfit Terrence is making looking?
Thinking like a hot pink
It's looking,
and yellow, perhaps.
it's looking like it's coming along.
It's coming
not
along.
going to take 8 hours.
No, it's not gonna
It
take
is
8
red,
hours.
though.
Yes.
It is. It's
But-
a dark red.
Dark red. It's a dark red. It's not a vibrant red. Yeah. So
It's like
Crimson.
a crimson.
Unless he decides to throw his own flavor in there.
Oh, I hope he doesn't.
right. Well, Yep. I guess well, it's not going to be 8 hours, but probably still another 10 to 13 minutes.
I think at least a scarf, right? Like a scarf just to like cover.
Oh God, he's accessorizing. Oh.
You might have to
You
go
can
in
add
there
one
and
of-
hold his bags.
You
while-
can add one of those to my tab. Yeah. Okay.
Damn it. I'm just gonna grind my teeth and pull my book out and just start reviewing some of my own notes and such. Trying to
Alright.
pass the time.
I'm just asking like how the war has changed like business. Like I know he doesn't really do anything outside of clothes, so he probably doesn't have too much info. I want to. Ooh, any good gossip?
Any good gossip?
Any good gossip?
Oh God!
Of course.
I knew I should have left him to the hag.
You could have. We could have left all of us to die. But I came back for you.
That's why I'm paying you with a scarf.
Couldn't leave. Nolan was strung up. Couldn't leave my man behind.
Perhaps his words got to me. This piece
Oh,
is
no.
uninspired.
Fuck you, Nolan. I believe it's just grand. I would be happy to wear this.
He grabs
As it
the
is.
entire thing and throws it to the floor.
No.
It was basically a red mage outfit he had made.
No.
He throws all these fine looking red silks onto the floor. He's done with them.
Oh God. Oh, is this him?
Yeah, that's him for now.
Oh, I love it.
Something
What?
unique.
What, Terrence? I mean, if you need time to ponder this, we can return at a later date.
Wait, so this is Terrence right here.
Yes.
Ah, I thought he had black hair though.
He does.
He does.
Ah, okay.
The
He's
outfit is close.
he's looking.
Wait, so he actually
he's
has like glitter on the shoulders?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's very fancy.
Oh,
I'll
man.
let you ponder this. We do have business we must get to. I will return for your work of your masterpiece at a later date. I'll be back. I will take that scarf though, for the lady of my party, and you can add that to the tab. I'm trying to get my britches on and like get dressed.
But the
we
reason
can
why
get
you
going.
came was that you would look fancy when we had the meetings later. Can't keep
I
your own
know,
story
but I
straight,
can't-
can you?
I'm afraid of what he's gonna make now.
I don't know. I want to see what he's gonna make you now. So that now you look like a
I'm-
chicken walking around, a peacock.
Fucking Nolan's gone to him, and when Nolan gets to anyone, it's bad. It's a bad sign. I'm trying to get out of this before I walk out like a peacock.
Wait,
Yes, Terrence.
Just one more chance.
You and I have been friends for a long time. You know I don't question your talent. You don't have to listen to that pauper. You understand this, correct?
One more chance.
It's always nice to have Owen get his butt bit.
I will not pay to be a guinea pig, Terrence.
One more chance.
Fine. You do this out of your own heart, then. Let's see what you can come up with. And I, stand back on the pedestal thing.
Alright. This time he claps to the goblin, and the goblin brings him black.
Oh! Very unlike you.
What that walking corpse has made me realize is that melancholy is a style. And I'm thinking that this new season, the color to wear will be black. Your family has a commanding presence.
It does?
Then I will make something that represents that. He pulls out his needle, and none of the other ones float around him as he begins working on this one.
Oh,
No magic on this one.
let's take it super serious.
Takes time. The others are waiting out there for upwards of 30 minutes.
God damn it.
I thought it was almost done. What else could he be adding onto this list?
You see Caven starting to get irritated now. He's got his arms crossed, tapping his foot, kind of staring in that direction.
More uninspired frills, I imagine.
You realize that every 30 minutes Separas could be here. He could be killing all of them.
I think if he hits the bottom of this giant tower, we'd have nowhere to go. I can't.
Perhaps he ran out of glitter.
Perhaps he ran out of glitter.
Alright. He uses silver and black, and he sews together. It takes time, and eventually he ends it by making a half cloak with a hood, so it covers half the body. But he holds up this outfit.
Wow. Not bad.
Oh, it is inspired! Oh, gods, Terrence, this is...
I'm gonna need that image. This is probably gonna need to put on the stream for Owen next to his character. So...
In these war-torn times, even the nobility wears something that inspires command among those around them. Especially one like you, who prances with the prattle.
With this on, no one will ever question who is in command of that party. This is one of a kind, Terrence, and I thank you for it.
800 gold.
I'm putting this on my dad's tab.
It's like an 800 gold charge to your father. He'll spit tax when he sees it.
You bought V-Bucks again?
Yes! You vermin! You bought V-Bucks!
I like strike poses and like commanding poses in front of the mirror with this on, and then I thank him, and I go, oh, but look at the time. Thank you, Terrence. I will wear this gladly, and and I'll also take that scarf, and it's like this like super like light like pink and yellow scarf.
Pink and yellow, those are clashing colors, please. It is a beautiful pink with a gold embroidered T at the either end of it.
Perfect. And I like burst out of the doors of Terrence's shop, just like open both doors and walk out. And I go, "You may see the masterpiece."
Wait, that sounds like you were getting red?
No, it looks like Nolan seemed to have inspired something in our dear Terrence. Looks quite good, if I have to say so myself.
I get knocked back.
I hope no one.
Whoa!
It's beautiful.
I suppose it does bring out the color in your eyes.
Yeah. Very good.
I turn back into the store. Thank you again. Now we must be off to business.
Just make sure you must spend an hour getting to know your suit, lest you ever wear it properly.
You attuned.
You must attune to your suit.
He winks to you.
Of course. I like quickly walk over. And then like a second thought, like I go, oh right, and I have this as well, and I grab the scarf and dump it at in Alarni's arms, and I go, there we go, a little bit more color for you.
I'm supposed to hold on to this for you?
Nope, this is yours. Let's go.
Why do I need? I don't need a scarf.
My brows go high and I look over at Gavin.
Damn it!
Damn
Damn it!
Same thing.
Oh,
I
you're
didn't have a
right.
wedding gift to you.
Well, I was going to get you a shirt, but he didn't have anything that was fireproof, so. And then you pretty much smell like Crypt all the time. And he said he wasn't going to make anything that would be on your body at all. It seems you've made a very bad impression, Nolan. So.
Oh, it's alright. No problem.
Thank God, if you created anything like that, if I was ever to even walk back in my homeland, I'd probably get thrown right into the sea of lava. Something so tight.
So I didn't ask for this, and how much does one of these cost exactly?
Oh, it's only like 120 gold. It's fine.
Show must like. I had to pay. I don't need 120 gold scarf, Owen.
Well, I needed to bring the price up to get the wholesale discount.
You know, I think pink and black, and she comes up and wraps it around her neck. I think they match very good together. Okay, let's get going to the fifth floor. I walk away without the
I don't
scarf.
do scarves, Alani.
I walk away without the
I needed
scarf.
to make it to the Platinum Club in order to get the discount on this suit.
I got a 5% discount. I only had to spend an extra 110 gold.
20 gold! 120 gold!
What we should really be doing is taking your old suit, having that put on you again, and selling that at half price.
That was an option. Okay, anyways, up to the guild, not the Arctic, oh man, my mind just blanked.
The Archaeology Guild?
The Archaeologist Guild, yes. Why
you
are you
completely forgot why we came here. You are Owen, goddamn.
Why are all of you just standing around? Can't you see we're on a time limit? Let's get going.
I don't think you should be saying that, Mr. 45 minutes.
I said that like an hour.
It would have been 15 if someone wouldn't have gotten.
It would have been an extra 3 hours if he was going to make everyone an outfit like he was trying to do originally.
No, but he had a.
But the scarf does look lovely on you, Owen. So as long as you seem fashionable, then everything will be okay.
The scarf doesn't work at all because he's wearing a fucking cloak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just it looks like all sloppy.
Right. It's not my scarf, Alani. Here, Kevin, do you want a scarf? It seems to match your colors quite well.
You put that in my hand. I'm gonna produce flame on it.
Ah. Well, that's just a waste. It makes a nice fire color, but
Everyone's eyes turn to Nolan, waiting for him to be offered the scarf.
do you want the scarf, Nolan?
Of course, I'll take the scarf.
Okay.
Yep.
The rat father's Adam's head in it.
The skull atop like a nice pink scarf. I love it.
It's be like a cradle for it.
All right, so we move to the 5th floor
Yes.
to do the thing that's
You were
important.
walking the whole time, yes.
I'm
on
keeping
this
this.
floor, you can see the big port for where airships lay, and there's currently 3 of them docked in there. And there's a large sort of building that has a massive skull draped over the top of it. And looking at the skull, it looks to be a Taras skull, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, there it is.
So that's rather garish.
I always wondered if that was real.
Certainly not. I mean, look at the size
It's
of
funny.
it.
Every couple steps, like Owen is stepping a bit weird because the pants are so new. He still needs to break them in. So like every dozen steps or so, he just like steps to the side just to like get out the wedgie.
Oh, and you do notice, though, and specifically to you, that some of the folk just hanging about their gardens, you know, smoking from their pipes, they look at you and they like tip their hat or give you a nod. Good.
Oh my god, Owen feels like a platinum piece.
Silver
Okay.
is what they would be.
No platinum.
Silver trim.
No, but
Not as valuable as platinum.
don't make me get you another scarf.
That was me, not Arlani speaking. All right,
Everything
so
for now. No.
We'll-
All right,
we'll-
so you
enter.
approach the building with the Taras skull. The doors are currently closed, but just giving them a test, they're open. You step inside. Behind the front desk, there sits an older woman, probably in her late 80s. She seems to be human, rather short, and she looks up at the group of you. Welcome, the Archaeologist Guild. Is there anything I can help you with?
Hello, young woman.
Oh,
Oh!
We are looking for a certain section here on ancient origins.
Oh,
I believe there's one specialist that we know by name Sebastian. Seen him?
I can have a look to see if he's coming. She pulls open several drawers and looks through, and then pulls out a letter and opens it. We received this about 2 days ago, saying that Sebastian is a few weeks out. He couldn't find a boat to cross the water and is having to go around. He'll be here in a few weeks if you want to wait for him.
True.
Ah,
Very
She
true.
puts it away.
right.
Mind I intrude just a sec? Have you happened to had a guest customer come by that was perhaps named Sebaraz recently?
She opens her book, this sort of ledger of sign-ins. No Severad.
do you by any chance keep a ledger on what people take out or check out in your establishment?
Oh yes, of course. If the library is what you're looking for, it's just through that door to the left.
Thank
You'll
you.
find all of the works of our many great archaeologists in there. Though we request that you do not peruse them, they are commodities and objects being sold.
The books are being sold?
Yes.
Oh, that's strange for a library to sell off its books.
Gotta make a profit somewhere, right, everyone? Can't afford those kind of kids you're wearing.
Right, it's just... Okay.
Is there anybody that can guide us through cataloging the library?
The
Finding...
librarian in there, she is quite capable. I shall
Her na-
help you find whatever you're looking for.
Her name?
Oh, Susan.
Susan. It's a librarian name if I've ever heard it.
Just if you intend to head into the library, I'll need you all to sign in. And she turns the book around and puts the quill and ink on your side of the table.
I'm gonna look at the last name. The last person that came in before us.
It's just I don't know, fucking. It's a Baron Barbaros.
Baron Barbara.
Yes.
All right. I will go up and I will sign my fake name,
Which is?
George.
Costanza.
Seinfeld, George. Okay.
George. That's George for short. X. That's it. I kind of like fumble at the quill and good. Yeah. I point to it. You're right next to me. See?
So are we all like sending fake names?
I mean,
I
if you
point to
want
it.
to.
Okay. Mine's gonna say Joshua Rowe.
Good, Joshua. You next.
Elizabeth Warren.
Oof.
What? Screw you. Fine. Lizzie Warren.
Gaven just signs Gaven.
Darian Melgard.
No comment for that one. No, Elizabeth Warren. Terrible.
Pretty good. Right.
Okay, let's go in.
All right. Pushing open the doors to the library, you can see that there are several people just sat about. They are reading the books despite what the old woman asked. Perhaps they've already purchased them and they're just choosing to read them here.
So we know how bookstores work. Whatever you can get out of in the aisles, you don't have to pay for, and as you head out. They
Screwed up
squeegee.
rules are that? No?
So, instead of just randomly grabbing books and hoping for the best, maybe we should get, I don't know, acknowledgeable help from the Susan.
You can do that. I'm going to go over to the catalog and see what was checked out by a Mr. Sebastian.
Very good, Josh.
Sebastian, as you head over, the woman at the desk sort of moves to you and goes, "Can I help you with anything?"
We are simply here looking for some books. Can you be of assistance?
Of course. What do you need?
I see. We're looking to duplicate the research of a dear friend of ours named Sebastian. Would you be able to tell us which tomes he might have checked out?
Certainly. One moment. And she flips through some pages. Bastion has only ever made deposits to the library.
Ah, I see. May I take a look at those books, please?
Certainly. They wouldn't say ancient history. How would they describe this?
It's
Pre.
near history. Ancient
what is it?
history.
It's not before Common Era. What is the abbreviation? It's 40,000. What?
BC?
No, it's not.
No,
before.
no.
Oh.
That was the Age of Thunder is what that was called.
Yeah, but what is the years called?
Calendar years? Millennia?
No, because the area where these all existed was 40,000 something. It's
You could do pre-millennia or something.
I think it was before the spell plague, wasn't it?
Ooh, pre-plague. That'd be a good one.
Nah, I don't think the plague actually reset the calendar. I'll pull out the book because I haven't read this stuff. I'm not as how should we say, ingrained into this universe. Jeez Louise.
DR. That's what they call it, DR. I don't know
Okay.
why they call it DR, but they say 30. The pre 30,000 DR section. What does DR stand for?
Yeah, I see DR right now. Yeah, we're currently 1374 DR. No, that's the return on there though. 1385. Okay, apparently we're about to be we're at 1488 is what it looks like is the most recent year. Nope, 1489. So we're basically 1500s is where we would be time wise if you're using this timeline.
Yeah, and I just need to know what they call the year. I know because it was 30,000 is when the Aerie fell.
Dale Reckoning is DR.
So 30,000 minus 30,000 Dale reckon.
Got it. Thank you. I'm gonna go check out that section.
Right. The section is sparse. Not many people have written about it here. You do see about maybe 12 books in total.
Only 12 books.
Only 12.
Only.
It's one side of a two-aisle thing. There's only 12 books in this particular library.
Sebastian wasn't much of a writer, was he?
Right. Weird.
Did all of you guys come with me to the section?
Nope. I was with Arlani because I didn't really believe on what you were doing.
Fair enough.
As you're looking through them, a lot of them just happen to be called Age of Thunder, the generals about the create literally entitled general theories about the creator race, something so bland and as all encompassing as that. One, however, does catch your eye. It sort of sticks out, and it's written, the first of the Sky Lords by H.G. Wingcrest.
This one seems interesting.
A.G. Wingcrest.
H.G.
H.G. H.G.
What? So when I open it, let's try not to open this in quite view of the lady. I kind of tuck myself away for a moment and open it.
It seems to be written in a language you can't understand.
Damn it, Sebastian. Who's with me? No one.
You're alone. I think you're alone.
You're alone.
Okay. I'm going to not pocket it, but I'm going to take it, and I'm going to get back to my party, see what they've been up to.
Trying to talk to Susan.
Okay.
All right. What do you say to her?
Oh,
What do you
so I
say
found
to
her. She was easy to locate. Okay.
Yeah, she's just at the front desk.
Right.
So are you Susan, perhaps?
I am.
So, me and my colleagues are looking for specific information. Maybe you would be familiar with it, perhaps? The front receptionist says that you would be very knowledgeable.
I pride myself in my knowledge.
So,
What can I help you with?
we're looking for names of civilizations that from the Age of Thunders. Specifically in regards to, I think that they are the Aerie, or predecessors to the Arkelya, right?
Yes, that would be in the pre 30,000 DR section.
Are you familiar if there's a tomes that actually includes the names, locations of such places of prominence?
I would not know. I have not read the book.
Yeah, we're not all perfect.
Is there someone that would maybe has read it?
If any of you can read Eric Cochran, feel free to buy the book.
How much is the book?
That one would probably be about 400 gold.
That's a very. Is it the only one in the collection? Is that why? Is there not a cheaper, maybe copied version, perhaps?
Each of these books are written by the archaeologists who go onto the field and research these things.
Okay. Cool. I mean, I can read other languages if needed.
Do you have anybody on hand that can that knows the language?
We sell comprehend language scrolls.
How much are those?
I can
500 gold.
I can do that. I have the means to do that, but
So what are you so worried about? Why?
it's the 400 gold payment for the book. Is
You
what
worry too much about money, Arkelya.
I was. I don't think we have 400 gold.
Well,
I was expecting maybe 50 gold perhaps. or something.
the lovely lady will obviously understand. Perhaps.
You're not from around here, are you?
What? How did you know?
You don't seem to know the price of things here. In the
That's-
Ring City, you need platinum just to get through the second gate.
We weren't stopped by anyone. It's the second gate.
You must have had platinum.
This is new. Oh, okay.
Wait, one of us doesn't have platinum.
That's fine, you were in a group of people.
Okay, cool. That would have been hilarious.
Well,
They don't want to cost people walking with their servants either.
No, that's true.
If we bought said book, would you be willing to buy it back from us for not full price, obviously, but maybe most of it? Say 300 gold pieces?
Our buyback rate is half.
Half. He's Caven's jaw just kind of drops.
It's alright.
What's in these
the-
books is invaluable.
maybe it's this then. Is there? Could we know who the author is? Maybe we can ask them for a conversation.
The authors mostly sign their book.
So, which book is the one that you are referring to?
The one that he has. And she points at Owen walking this way.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Hello, all. I'm still gabbing. Arlani, I need you to do your jiggery pokery.
What?
What?
I need someone to
Not
see if they
familiar
can
with
read
your-
this.
Nighttime.
And we can't read them, right? We need to pay for them. It's 400
Well, I need to.
gold for that
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, I need to know if we can read it before we can pay for it.
I will reach my hand out to grab the book.
I hand it over.
All right, I can't read it.
But I do have a spell I can use that would let me read it.
Right. How much did you say this book was?
400 gold.
Right. We probably won't be taking it with us. I'm assuming your buyback is about
As
half.
you say that, a taloned hand pushes down on it and says, "We'll be taking it."
I'm sorry, we.
He grips onto the edge and pulls it back to him.
I'm holding on to it.
No,
Who is this person?
And standing there is a white feathered bird, a bird person, Eric Cochran. And he seems to be well dressed, and he smiles at you.
I'm sorry,
I'm
we
sorry.
have this book first? You can't just take it from my hands here?
We will be buying this book once we are done with it. Perhaps if we, but we return it, then you can buy it afterwards.
You misunderstood. You are my we. And he tosses a sack into the woman, who opens it, and inside you can see it's just lots of platinum. We're taking it.
That was really kind of you.
I turn back to Susan. We will be taking it. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's interesting.
Dude,
So,
does this person
I
look
guess I
familiar
let
to
go
me?
of the book.
No. Not at all.
No, hold on, Arlani.
Oh, don't try to grip it. My -1 strength.
You're keeping a hold of it. He's not trying to essentially pull it away from you. He just placed it on the counter as if like buying this. Like he pushed your hand down with it.
Oh, okay. Here's the Birdman. Wow. Okay. Very.
What
is your name?
Alright.
Literal, you have to tell me who.
Wait a
did
minute.
it.
This is the author of the book.
My name is Hawking. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, is that an original? He sort of grabs one of the sleeve of your coat and runs it between his fingers. A Zarelli.
Yes, I just noticed.
By the way, his last name is Zarelli. It's Terrence Zarelli. He's an Italian fucking clothing maker.
I love it. Zarelli.
Very new and in style.
It was just made.
It's already
We
making.
walk and talk. I do have places to be. I
Of course.
am, however, a man made of curiosity. This is an interesting thing. No one has ever purchased.
What was your
Why?
name again?
My name is Hawk.
Hawkins.
Yes, Hawkins G. Wingcrest.
The titles, the title and author are in common though, right?
Yes, it's
Yes.
written in common on the front. It's
Um,
H.G. Wingcrest.
Would you happen to know the author of the book then? Because the name lines.
Oh, intimately.
Wait, so then. You wouldn't happen to be the author then, would you?
The one and only. Now, as I was saying, walking and talking.
Yeah.
He's like facing back to you and moving like.
Yeah. You gotta keep walking.
Stay close to me, Caven. I don't trust.
Is he still trying to grab the book, or has he let go of it?
No,
now?
he left it with you. He
All right,
left it
and then
with
she'll
you.
just kind of like clutch
So
it.
you
To
have
her,
it.
she'll clutch it to her chest, like kind of like trying to protect it.
Once you basically agreed that he's buying it for you, essentially, he just let go of it. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. It's more of a passion project. One should know where their ancestors come. I would be remiss if I did not inquire as to why you sought out my book in particular. You are land-based.
Well,
Yes.
actually, it would be very behoove of us if we could just let you know. I mean, we can, right? His ancestors are the ones that behooved us or requested us, right?
I don't think we have the time to hold back information, so.
But maybe
I
not.
agree.
Maybe not publicly announce these things. They might.
Would you like to go to my house? I do have a property on this ring.
Yes.
Private would be
seclusion
great.
and privacy would be best.
Absolutely. I hope you don't mind servants. They're paid well.
Splendid.
He leads you to a
You
very
said
mundane.
servants, not slaves. Calm down.
As
He leads
we're
you to a very
walking,
mundane-looking house.
As we're walking towards the destination, Arlani would look for an opportunity to cast Detect Magic in the most sly way possible for him to hopefully not see it.
Yeah, he's not even looking back at you guys once you're walking. So
Okay.
you under your breath, ritual cast it.
No, invocation for the eyes of the devil. or
Are we
whatever.
going
yeah.
up farther
No,
But-
he said on this ring.
on this
But,
ring? Okay. Just on, not even on the sly. I do want to cast at some point. I do want to cast locate object. And just want to see if my family's airship is within 1,000 feet.
It does not appear to be.
Okay. Unfortunate.
As
Wonder-
you're now looking with your magic eyes, you just notice that in front of you, Owen's outfit shimmers with a bright and sort of vibrant enchantment on it.
Do I know the school?
Enchantment.
Enchantment magic. Huh. Ooh! Ooh! Okay. That leads to a couple interesting ideas. Huh. Okay, is the Birdman transmutation, illusion, or is he completely clean?
He is clean. However, on his hip, you notice a quill, and the feather is big, and it seems to be glowing with a magic. And it looks to be a necromancy. Well, let me check a spell really quick. A particular spell.
Necromancy.
Yeah. We'll see. It might not be the right school.
Let me take a look. Yeah, necromancy.
Oh god.
Necromancy isn't bad though.
Okay. All right. Let's keep that to myself as we continue following him. My eyes do look concernedly glance towards Owen, though, kind of like what's that magic he now has on his clothing.
All right. So, reaching the doors to a sort of humble-looking house, humble for the area, it is still very much above the outside houses. He pushes them open. After you, and bows his head.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The entrance of his house has no magic on it either.
You are too kind.
It's a nice dwelling you have here.
I'm told it's one of the best in the ring, though. Have my doubts. The realtors here are liars and deceiters, only after coin. They're mundane people. It is a mundane living staying here.
I could not relate more.
Please, he shuts the door. I must know. What is it of my ancestors are you at?
Show him
Show him? I mean,
the feather.
Look towards Caven.
Caitlin's the one who has it.
Alright,
Who has the orb? You have the orb, right?
Yeah.
No, Arlon.
I
Who
was
has the orb?
I was the last to identify it, so I am currently in possession of the orb.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
so
Are you
we
full-
Waiting.
got this.
Sorry, say that again?
Oh.
I just said he's waiting.
Okay, so Caven, do you pull the feather out?
I do.
Yeah.
And this thing's huge. Oh no, it got
No,
shrunk. It actually
It's
no,
Yeah,
now a
shrunk.
normal
It's
normal
like a-
size feather.
Would you mind? And he holds out his hand.
I place it into his hand gently, as
He,
as much as I can.
Yeah, he reaches towards his hip and pulls out the quill, and he holds them side by side. Yours is a condition far too new. Perhaps a replica? He holds it up to his eyes and looks it over.
You've seen this
does
before.
ours have necromancy on it too?
No.
Ours is conjuration, right?
Yeah.
You've seen this sort of thing before. What?
Plucked from the breast.
He
of
holds
a
up the
tree.
quill that he's holding in his other hand. This is from an airy corpse. I've used magic to preserve it in a state where it will not decay any further.
Gentle repose.
But yours,
It's fresh.
almost as if from a living.
Well, so you are a well-read individual, very passionate about histories, then, huh?
Yes, would consider myself passionate about history.
Are you familiar with the Skylords of the area?
He just sort of chuckles a bit, and he motions his hand to the book.
We are barely beginning on our journey of knowledge. So, with your book, we're hoping to learn of this. But if you're here, perhaps you could tell us some, teach us some of what is in this. There's no better teacher than the author.
That
I
feather you
know.
hold in your hand.
Oh, yes, he offers it back to you guys,
Yes.
having held it for a
I,
while.
I take it. This was plucked from the breast of Skylord himself.
And what, is one amongst you a time check?
Oh, Razmet. Have you heard of him?
necessarily, but what would be perhaps the most powerful Sky Lords that you would know?
By name, I am only aware of 3. Though I'm told that amongst them, their warrior, Haslor, he was the strongest of the Sky Lords, able to slay 3 dragons in a single combat.
Are you familiar with the name Razmeti?
I am.
That's where we got the feather from.
That's quite impossible.
You would think, right? You would think.
Razmeti was annihilated by the Abyss.
Oh, so you...
It's his greatest folly. It cursed all of his kin for the rest of time. The flightless ones they became.
Oh, that's where Kenko come from, huh?
I like that.
Ooh,
That's really nice lore. Oh,
Well, so maybe we should start from the top instead of trying to talk so differently about it.
Yes, you do know names that have piqued my interest. I
Perhaps
think my book could learn more from you than it can teach.
But there is some very important things that we need to know, or there would be problems for everyone if we don't know them. Would you like to sit down, perhaps?
First, do you seek to pursue more knowledge of my ancestors?
Yes.
yes.
Particularly names and locations, as they once were.
Then I will aid you. On
Perhaps-
one condition. You must bring me.
To
To one of these
to the pl-
places?
Yes.
I
Wherever
don't...
you learn these names, this information you have, it is... Well, I am the world premier expert in this. To not know it.
You said this was a project of passion. Don't you have responsibilities here? We would hate to pull you away from a life that you already have.
More importantly, these places are probably very dangerous.
He said there should be 5. We would need 5. This is the prophecy.
He said.
I don't know if this historian would be willing to agree to, but I mean, we don't really have much. We just would want you to be aware that, I mean, you're free to come with, but there was severe risk involved with it.
I appreciate your care for my safety, but I am an archaeologist, not a historian. Delving into the tombs is what I do.
Very
No
well.
one would be better to deal with the traps than myself.
And that just benefits us then. Yeah, sure. I think we should agree. We really need to.
I don't think we have a choice. I think
You
the faster we can
have
do
my
it.
book. You have a choice.
I just think it's the best route. Is the faster we can do this, the better.
I agree. I agree.
Mr.
This man's
Hawkins,
knowledge.
Mr. Hawkins, as long as you're able to accept the dangers, we would be happy to have you. And your knowledge.
Now, first, I need to know how you found out about Razmeti.
Then let us sit down to talk. It will take a moment. So
He motions towards some couches, and he looks towards he doesn't have goblins. He has 2 humans, and he looks towards them and goes, "Wine, please," and then exit the premises. And as everyone sits down around this table, they bring over a large pitcher of wine and lay down several glasses, and he sits with his legs crossed.
Do we start with the hag or with the dream?
I think we start off by asking him how much he knows. And
no,
we'll fill in.
we've already been given so much, Nolan. It would be better for us to talk about the basis, and then just to make sure that it's equal on the playing field, right? We don't want any debt to be incurred here, right?
I heard of a creature called Sebaraz.
His eyes widen a bit, and he leans back. Why?
Let's get to that. So yes, we had recently come ashore on the southern area near a town called Imlasphere, and while gallivanting around in the forest, we had two of our colleagues end up being in the company of a hag, right? And hags are bad. And the hag had taken something very valuable from our colleagues, and we mounted a rescue mission to save them, and we succeeded, but in the succeeding and rescuing them, we had uncovered a portal the hag was using, and it went to a prison in a different dimension, and in that prison, she was killed. And there was a creature claiming to be Sebaraz, who was 20 feet tall and appeared to have the appearance of a decayed Sorok, right? And he claimed that she didn't know the price and died, and that's why she's dead, and that freed him, and he is more than happy to come back to the material plane and resume where he last left off, of which he was very scary, and we decided to flee, which we then left. Along the way, though, we did loot an object that seemed to have been the centerpiece to keep him inside said pocket plane, and later, we got away from this man, and I used magic to determine what the object was out of curiosity, and had a vision of 5 Skylords talking amongst each other, and plotting on how to seal Sebaraz permanently at the cost of their lives. And I, of course, shared this with my colleagues. And then we went to bed, and then we all had a dream in unison where we were at the fall of your ancestors' empire. And the dragons came, and we witnessed carnage and death and misery. And we were given a tour guide that claimed to be Razmeti himself. Perhaps some sort of post-pact Razmeti. He didn't seem... Well, he seemed a little unusual, but in this conversation with this entity, claiming to be Razmeti, he told us about how we could reseal Sebaraz, and that he gave us the feather to get to your places of antiquity. We just need to know the names of the places of your antiquity to be able to get there quickly, because we're kind of on a clock, because the longer we take, or the more power Sebaraz gets, and it might be impossible to reseal him again, and in his existence is potentially all-encompassing death for everyone.
You wouldn't happen to have any tea, would you?
Yeah, what's it?
A moment. He stands up and he walks over to a kettle, and he heats up some tea and comes back several moments later, placing it on the table next to the wine.
It's been a while.
Can I do an insight to see how this information has, like, how he's taking this information?
Yeah, definitely. Roll an insight.
That is a 20.
His eyes, like, as he went on, like, at first it was just like, okay, yes, right. And then it was like his eyes sort of widened, and he kept looking about, like he was deep in thought about everything.
I know there's a lot to take in.
It is certainly a story. A companion of mine, a colleague I used to do digs with, he focused more on the reptilian side of it. We naturally came together at some point due to our mutual care for that time period.
I imagine it's the one other author that is in the section we found you.
There's a few authors there, but his name was Sebastian. Though I lost contact with him after... He looks down a bit, like sad. An accident on one of our journeys. I thought him dead, but lo and behold, a few months later he resurfaces, though he acts as distant as ever with me.
He is alive, Sebastian. We ran into him. several weeks ago.
I'm aware he's alive. I've seen him, though. Even if I call out his name, he wouldn't give me a second delay.
You've seen him. He was at Tazira Mund?
Oh, it was several months back.
Ah. I see.
Regardless, he was the expert in that field. He did tell me name of that person, though none of his writing ever contained it. He acted as though he feared putting any information about him into writing. But everything you're saying, though fantastic in nature and highly unbelievable, has too much real information behind it for me to wave off.
Do you understand the danger we are in? The danger this voyage, this voyage would be.
I am getting a grasp. Though I implore you, the words of Razmeti are the words of the greatest deceiver in my ancestors' history. Not only the ruination of the Sky Lords, the strongest of our people, but then the downfall of his entire race and the bringing on of the demons.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw him. You're a scholar. Are you familiar with Miska?
His eye sort of not narrows in a mad way, but like a almost as if he's dealing with the brunt of his ancestors' choice.
Shame, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am aware.
And,
I consider him as much a demon as he was a Skylord. I don't trust him. But my job is to find out more. And I see no better trail than your group.
that is part of our concerns, though, is that, we don't really want to trust this man either, but the risk of not doing anything when we know Sepper has his back is, not taking any action would be worse, we fear. Right? Unless you have some sort of other solution that maybe you knew.
I wouldn't know anything about it.
Do you have a map?
Perhaps Sebastian. I have a map of the area. I have a map of the continent. What do you need?
I need a map of the continent. I'll help you out here.
Alright, he steps up and walks over to a shelf that has a bunch of scrolls into it, and he pulls out 3 under his arm, and he places one down, the other 2 aside for now, and he furls it out and then puts the wine thing on one side and the tea on the other to keep it outward, and it's a map of the continent.
I put my finger on Faye. I say,
Yes.
This is where your ancestors started. This
That
is
would make sense. They don't let us in.
correct.
They won't let us do any digs on their lands. For a long time, we've assumed they had something to hide there. Did you know, throughout history, Thay has been the home place of over 20 great empires, all different in race?
So isn't it currently ruled by dragons?
I'm told it's ruled by a council.
Well,
I don't know who's on it. No one does.
We are under the impression that there's some sort of dragon kings. We're not as well learned as you, but there's a dragon king that rules, say, and it might be that Say has been ruled by dragonkind since the fall of your people, perhaps.
They just switch their appearance to match whatever race is around them. That could be it. A dragon aristocracy for thousands of years with no one being any the wiser except for the inner circle. It's plausible. I wish I could look it. But, as I said, Faye doesn't allow outs.
Right.
That's where my people. That's unfortunate.
Yes.
Unless you have a way in.
Well, we sort of do. There's some other scenes that we could talk about, maybe in better detail.
Well, perhaps you know the name of that area. in your language.
I had it written down, but the Word document I used fucking deleted itself.
You made it in the last session with us. I wrote it down after reviewing the video. We never challenged its spelling on it, so this could be wrong, but it sounded like it was Hozik, Hozikk is how I attempted to copy it.
That's what it'll be. I'm just gonna put that in my book, and that's the case from this point on, because a bunch of my files got deleted from yesterday.
Sure thing. Hey, it's a communal project. We got it, man. So that's what I think Razmeti told us was Hozik.
Right.
So it's Hozik, and then the name of the prison was...
that was with a C. Yeah, Kazan.
Kazan, okay.
Something like that.
Cool. Those are the two names we know.
He goes, so, say, well, the Deceiver told us that in 4 cardinal directions you'll find the Skylords from that area. So, have you done any digs recently in those areas? If we were to spray out north, south, east, and west from the
anything along those lines you've had?
Actually, one of them is quite public, though outsiders, I assume, wouldn't know it's a Skylord and maybe think it an angel. The tomb of our scholar, first genius in our people, Ludwig. His has a civilization built on top, and you're welcome to explore it. I've been there. Though to me, it was little more than seeing the sarcophagus.
Isn't Ludwig's place of burial east of Zalo?
It is. Right next to the Spider Haunt Peaks.
Well, so, I mean, we agreed that we should let all our cards on the table, right, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
As much as you're comfortable saying.
Right. Well, so, then,
I will pull out the artifact, the golden orb, and I'll place it. I imagine it's like a foot table or something.
It's like a coffee table.
In front of you.
Yeah, I'll play.
His eyes widen, and he leans in, and he reaches for it, but then stops. May I?
Yeah, please.
He grabs it and he goes, "This is clearly Aryan making, but so pristine. Another object. You are time travelers."
No, we are not. This is Razmeti. As we said, when we went into the prison, that was the object the hag had, and she was dead. And Separaz didn't want to touch it immediately because he felt there was some sort of trigger if he touched it specifically. A final ploy. So we apparently managed to get it before we fled. So this would be the centerpiece that was used to trap him, and is the key to trap him again. It's
Airy machinery, if we can call it that. Constructs, I guess. Are very unique, able to hold multiple functions. A weapon, key, a warden, holder.
When I tried to identify it, it didn't tell me actually how it functions, which is odd. Normally the spell would let you, right? But it showed me its past instead. So I suppose that there could be extra functions for this thing.
It sounds like your spell triggered something.
Perhaps.
Not exactly an explanation, but...
Probably would never
identify it?
By all means. We are behooved to work together, yes? We want to stop Separaz.
He reaches towards his hip and pulls out a small pearl, and then he'll reach down and place his hand on it. And after it's a minute cast, right? Or
it is instantaneous, I think normally, but if you richly cast it, it's 10, right?
All right, he'll instant cast it. He doesn't want to waste anyone's time.
He'll do it as fast as possible. I got you. I'll find out here as I'm going through it.
He casts a spell, and his eyes light up.
Actually, it is a minute casting time. Never mind. Base 1 minute.
After a few seconds, he shakes his head. He goes, "Amazing. Worth every piece of it." platinum. Meeting you, I refer to.
Did you get a vision too?
I did.
Of this council meeting before?
Where they explained what they would need to use it.
Right, and Razmeti convincing his colleagues that they would be fuel, and that he was the only one that knew how to use it?
You see, like, the corner of his mouth sort of, like, twitch into an angered frown. Yes, I have the words of the deceiver.
Well, that sounds like it's the same exact vision I had.
Interesting. It doesn't quite inform you of its purpose in detail, but what it takes to use it.
So that's where we could talk
Perhaps
about our dream with Razmeti and what he told us. And supposedly after, for one, the Razmeti that we talked with was not the real Razmeti. We knew that. He referred to his real self still trapped in the abyss. So this was some sort of lingering memory or feeling or regret. An echo is how I would describe it.
I think he might be an echo trapped in that key. Perhaps tuning to it lets the echo speak to you in some way. You may be having strange dreams coming.
But perhaps.
Mr. Hawkins.
I hope, given what you've seen, and experiencing it firsthand might be enlightening.
Does he put the object back down, or is he still holding on to it?
Yeah, he places it back onto the table.
Arlani
Even though he clearly wants these things, these things matter a lot to him, he isn't willing to just take them from you. He gives them back every time.
Right, so Arlani will scoop that back up and put it back into her pack, right?
You've offered me a lot. You have a means, then, of traveling to airy cities. They are few and far between. They are ruins, and they are difficult to traverse for people like you, if you understand.
Well, that's where the feather comes in. Bear with me here. You are a speaker of ancient avian languages, no?
I am.
What would you call this area now that we sit on in your ancient language?
He looks down at the map. There was nothing here.
What would be closest to us?
You can't use it now.
He drags his finger and points to the Earthen Spire Mountains, or Earth Spur Mountains.
Correct.
A
And what
large
would you
city
call
with-
it?
May I see my book?
Sure.
Sure. I'll hand him the book.
Yeah. He flips through a bunch of pages.
Do you happen to have a glossary?
I'm gonna notate about how far where he stops on that book. Just like is it halfway through, a third of the way through, etc.
It's less than half.
Okay.
That would be the city there was called Valia. It was a massive capital to the area.
Valia.
I
Yes.
don't think that's the right one though, because the vision said it was actually at Hosea, and it was directly west, north, east, and south. This looks north.
No,
West.
He wants
it's
to.
fine. I'm just
He wants-
saying.
He wants a show of power, or he wants to test drive the feather. I think.
We shouldn't just test drive it to places.
We're not test driving. Calm down, everybody. We're looking for some sort of a symbiont here. If we want to return to this area, this would be the name of the area that we're going to. Now,
What was,
my
the name, what was the name of
friend-
that place again that he just mentioned?
Valir. Unfortunately, the Great Sundering flooded these areas and left a chasm in the world. A lot of the old cities were completely annihilated, their name lost to time.
Well, what about this one over here by the Spider Hot Peaks?
Oh, the city there isn't an airy one. It was a city built on his tomb. Many years later.
I see. Do you happen to
Closest there
know
would have been Hosric.
Osric? Where was Osric?
Hosric is the Thay one.
Ah, I see. Well,
Not Rick, Hozik. There's no R.
Hosric.
Hozik.
Hosric, sorry. Hosric. Hosric.
Very good.
Hozikk.
are you aware of any other civilizations of ancient origin on this map if you were to point them out with the names?
We have the book.
Is the book... You have a map on your book?
There's no map, but there are names of the city.
Alright. So, everybody, shall we show him the power of the Sky Lords?
No, I think we should talk about everything first. We obviously are not talking about everything, Nolan.
Okay. Well,
Because
be good, please.
I'd like to remind you that what the feather would do would, brings us to said location, and there could be immediate turmoil and tragedies there. So we need to be
could
very.
end up trapped inside of a mountain. Yes. We could. Cats could die. Everything could happen.
Right, so
However,
so only use it when we need to use it, not just to demonstrate the object, right? Good.
okay,
Glad we're on the
Ahani,
same page.
Fine, I will explain. We were to hold the feather aloft and speak the name of a civilization, and it will whiskly transport us.
I was kind of hoping you would try to use
Oh
it.
wait, I don't need to know the location.
You need to know the name.
Seems
So
to be attuned to
then
the
if I
name.
heard only rumors of it and there was no signs of a civilization having ever been at that location, but I knew
Correct.
the name of something that had been there, potentially, it might work.
It should work because I don't believe there were cartographers.
And then he takes his finger and he points here. He points right. There we go. At the Copper Mountain.
Correct.
Nothing is there. There's no signs of anything having ever been there.
No.
But the city of Windspell was said to float there.
Windspell.
If it is an actual Aryan city, I do believe it would take us to where it used to not stand, but float.
Which then we would plummet to the ground, most likely, and die. So,
Oh, gross,
sure.
spine.
Our party isn't getting any larger than this, is it?
I do not believe so.
Are you ready?
no, I think we
This-
might want to talk about the reason why we are going to these locations. And where they should be where we're trying to go to, right? So
We're trying to seek the tombs of the Sky Lords.
right,
Oh.
and the tombs of the Sky Lords, according to the Razmati Echo we spoke with, says that they would be literally cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west of Hozikk. So
Correct.
as you
And
can
he
see,
told us exactly where one is, the Spider Hot Peaks.
right, but we don't have the name of that place. He said.
No, but we have somewhere quite close to it.
He said the Copper Mountain.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is though is that maybe our friend here, Hawkins, would know the names of the other locations right now, so that we can write them down in case something bad happens, and then we lose that information permanently.
Well, we have a
They're in
few
the book.
here. Valia?
Would you mind if we do some research then? If you could help us find these names.
I need to ask, you aren't intending to cut me out of this.
No, absolutely not, Hawkins.
Well, I can't speak for Alani.
I-
Oh, sorry. Liz.
Excuse me.
Lizzie. Boren.
I'm sure Alani doesn't mean to come off as impolite as she is right now. She doesn't mean to cut you out.
I'm trying to be
anything.
the most fair here to him.
He has invited us into his home, has shared his knowledge with us.
Please, you can stop. Every name of every city is in that book, and the glossary at the beginning literally states each of their locations first. Anything you need is in there. I can try my best to remember. If you point to an area and ask what's around there, I might be able to remind myself of it. I wrote that book when I was 7. I am 24 now.
Oh my god! You look great for your age, I'm saying it.
I'm glad you... A lot of people, when I say that, assume I'm still young. They don't realize I'm near the end of my life.
Well, we can only hope to finish this quickly, so you can see it to the end.
I would like that. Regardless, yes, I am willing to point out I'm willing to give the name of any city close by.
Well, so
Don't need to worry about that.
So here's the scene, right? The reason why we need to go to the tombs is that supposedly going there with the object will allow us to commune with one of the remaining souls of the original Sky Lords.
And you think this will put him off?
Would love it.
Well, I'm not trying to put him off. I'm trying to say why we're going. Why does everyone think I'm here to try to? No, I'm. Look, so this is why we need to go to these locations. We're trying to find the tombs of these 4 Skylords that were betrayed by Razmeti, and Razmeti, the Echo, said that it would be in those directions, and here's our map, and our map shows this line here, this cross, where we think would be places of where there was potentially prominent early empires, and so anywhere along these lines could be where the tombs are. We lucky for us, you confirms that Ludwig's is here, so we can for certain go there. But from that point onward, we don't know where the others 3 are.
He points to the Ice Rim Mountains. Those mountains would be a place that an Airy civilization would have been. They like the highest peaks. But south, that's the real problem. The Sundering, a lot of this was desert before, with some mountains. If I had to guess, I would say that the one in the south is probably in the Gulf of Lurien.
Underwater? Oh no.
And to the west, that line has many mountains on it. That could be any. Is there anything you know about that one?
Well, what about here, specifically? Was there a civilization there?
I've never been out there. The Whalebone Islands are considered haunted in a very aggressive sense. And the island itself...
We had word of an
People there
ancient
are
blue
isolated.
dragon that lives there. I'm not sure you're so keen to dragons, huh?
Haven't met any.
Apparently this one is immortal blue and old and probably knows just about as much as you do.
Apparently it's been stuck in time for quite a while.
Yes.
Apparently it's seen things, very old things. Might be a source of information that we could...
We suspect a coincidence at first, but it seems too... His name being there and everything, and being on the line, it just seems too coincidental. So we're almost certain that is the next one of the locations.
Then you were hoping for something out there. I do know of one. It's not that far, but it's essentially Waterdeep. The Sword Mountain. There was a city there. Windraven.
Right.
Windraven? That's Waterdeep. Did he mention the name of the one in the Ice Rim Mountains? I don't think he did.
He did not.
No, he said that would be a place they would build, is up on a mountain like
Right,
that.
but he does not know the name.
I don't think he's been up there.
So, all these other things that Ludwig might... since Ludwig's the first one we're going to, supposedly he was a scholar, so he might know the names, but at the same time, these area places might have been named differently? I don't know.
I think
There was...
I think the feather goes off of whatever name. I don't think it matters if the name was changed. I
What
think
she's saying is that these places could have been erected after their demise, so there's no way they could. There was
yes.
about 100-year period after their death. The old area used to live much longer than we did, before the dragons took advantage of some.
Wouldn't we be able to find more information over by the by Spider Peak?
Hopefully.
Possibly more of these names.
I've never communicated with my ancestors. I can't tell you how much they know.
On this subject, so as you're aware, Sebraz has returned, and Sebraz probably hates bird kind, and he might be trying to oppose us. You are aware that there might be a run-in with him, and he might not like that you are there. Are you?
Do you know how powerful he is? His stories might be embellished. Are you sure it's even him?
Well, you saw the vision, right? So that's the kind of the crux of what we. Razmeti in the dream, the echo, told us that his existence just erodes time-space, I guess, and so potentially entropy for everything. So it's kind of like we can't really ignore him, right? That's why the risk is so large. We don't really see ourselves as heroes of the realm, right? It's more like we're the only ones that can do something about it, and we have to try, or we all die.
I see. Well,
Very smooth.
if he hates my people and his existence would cause entropy, then I imagine I would be doomed either way.
That is the thinking of many of us.
Not to mention he's probably on his way here.
He pours
as
himself
we
a cup
speak.
of wine as you say that.
Just
and
like
takes a sip.
does he drink a heavy gulp real quick?
No, just a quick tilt back and then place down. Right, and then there's a knock on the door, and you hear, Hawkins, open up. We have reason to suspect you're harboring a potential fugitive.
Oh, jeez, we need to go. We need to go.
Do we all touch the feather?
There's no way out of here.
Grab the book. Grab all my things.
Yeah, I gathered
There's
everything I have.
It's very quick they got to us.
Let's Spider Mountains then.
Do you have everything you need?
You are quite a unique-looking group, especially to be here.
This is your last chance.
I'm fine to go. He holds out his hands.
Hawkins, you have everything you need.
Yes, I will be content like this.
He has no bag on his person.
There we
No.
Haven holds out his hands waiting for the feather.
The feather was on the table, so you can just grab it, man.
Yeah, I put my hand on the feather and
Okay,
I
just
touch Caven's shoulder.
Get close to Kessas. We don't know what's the range on this thing.
Touch Caven's shoulder. Grab Hawkins'
Open up.
hand.
Hawkins!
I'm gonna grab one of Caven's forearms, like clutch it. I'm gripping it pretty tight.
Don't forget the wine.
All right. Where are we headed then? Ray, which one?
Spider
Whichever
Pete.
one you say.
We don't. The wind spell is closest to here. So wind spell. That's the one we're going to. It's closest to our destination.
Speak wind spell in your language. Or you'll have to.
Me.
Yes.
He grips it and he speaks wind spell and
It's just fucking English.
It's not a different dialect.
It's common.
It's in common.
nothing happens. You see the feather, the energy in it sort of swirls for a second, but it dies down.
It's supposed to be at
In
night, I think.
Arakoa, please.
He says it again in Arakoan. Nothing happens.
Eri. It's the original name. Maybe.
Yeah, he says something that sounds very similar to the Arakoan one, but nothing happens.
Ah, shit.
So,
Well, okay.
that
Wind
must be a
Raven.
dead location then.
The White Lord is a deceiver. He drops it.
Well, what time is it right now?
It is midday.
It is midday. It's supposed to be at night, guys.
That is true. Oh,
It has
that's
to be-
true.
it
It has to be at midnight or at
It has to
night.
be in the moonlight.
Oh, that's right.
Oh dear.
You guys suck.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Lonnie's
I
starting
was
to panic.
I was wondering who was gonna figure it out first.
Well, I missed
He's
that
walking
far.
to the door, by the way.
I'm looking for somewhere to hide in here. Oh Jesus.
I just sit down. I just
You fucking.
You guys are hilarious.
Well, we tried. Oh well.
Oh,
I
problems.
pick up the feather and I jam it in my pack,
All right.
right into Father Adam's teeth.
Meanwhile,
I'm
meanwhile,
going.
Hawken-
I'm going to fuck. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously they're looking for me, so I'm going to just polymorph myself into a rabbit.
Ugh!
Can I? Yes, that is a skill I
Polymorph
have.
or
I think
wild shape?
Oh, I could do wild shape. Let's do that. I'll wild shape myself into a rabbit.
all right.
Polymorph is a bit.
Have you
too-
seen a rabbit?
I've seen your rabbit. It is your rabbit.
This
So
is
he answers the door with like both hands on the edge, and he peers around the corner and goes, "Can I help you? We have reason to believe that the one named Owen Owen's here. He's suspected of murder."
I'm what? Yeah.
Oh yeah, murder.
I'm gonna.
I welcome you to come in then. And he opens the door more.
I see a rabbit looking like Kara, and I just grab it. How did you get? I'm like shove the rabbit like into my arm, like trying to snap her back into the pocket plane, but it's not working.
Be careful with the animals.
I can't breathe.
Go back
Lizzie.
to the pocket plane.
Lizzie. Lizzie, please.
Would you mind telling me who it is exactly he murdered? I'm very keen to know such a thing. I have seen him today. One of the town guard at the gate. During an explosion, him and his people went missing. Later, the town guard was found stabbed to death.
Oh no.
Those three guys.
There's a very annoyed chittering from underneath your arm.
He was the last one there, and now he's been spotted inside the city.
Right.
I see. I do have some friends over. You can interrogate them as you see fit. We were enjoying wine and discussing the next archaeology expedition I might go on with them. So please don't rough them up. I would prefer that they be able to walk.
Alright.
Don't worry. He looks at the group of you. Caven, what are you doing?
Sitting next to Nolan.
Nolan, what are you doing?
Taking a waft of the tea and just sort of breathing it in. And taking a long sip and just staring at the guard.
Arlani, what are you doing?
I have Owen looking like Kara.
Fidgeting with a rabbit.
With a rabbit like under my arm, and the rabbit's probably trying to like squirm out because I'm suffocating it slightly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, she's definitely looking like, just like sweaty, but maybe it's because she's wrestling with the rabbit. And then she looks up. Oh, hello. Sorry, the rabbit's very squirmy right now.
Right. Alright. Reveal any magic. The guard steps aside and another one comes in wearing robes.
Oh, fuck me.
Wild shape doesn't look like magic, I think, though. Right? Does it? Does it not?
I have no idea.
See?
I think it would.
Alright, well, I will, gosh, do we have magic items? We have some, don't we? We have a few. Right. I will put Owen Kara on my head and like kind of like place you up there, right? And then with like one hand on top, I'll go into my bag and grab my magic items that
Yes, I put a showing stone, the Sylvan showing stone that the Baker brothers gave us, or we got, right? That's on the table. Oh god, Severaz's key's magical. Do we show them that?
Yeah. Oh man, it's up to you. I'm looking for an escape route.
You could try to run between their feet.
I guess I'll put Severaz's key on the table. That's the only ones I have.
Um,
I am going to.
Caven's just got the amulet around his neck.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to run between their feet.
All right.
Out into the rain.
No, I'm holding you on my head, so you'd have to break
Alright.
free. You'd have to
Alright,
break free.
Arlani roll in athletics, rabbit acrobatics.
It would have it would
Okay.
use the rabbit stats.
Yeah, I got rabbit stats. No worries.
Good luck,
damn it.
17.
Where the fuck's my
I
rabbit?
better not lose to a rabbit. I swear to God.
Where's my rabbit stats?
It's not a default animal inside the monster manual.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay, well, I'll use fox stats then, because that should be
No.
the same thing.
It probably has a +1 dex at best.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
probably. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, +1 dex, -5 strength.
That is a 19.
Oh my God! The rabbit broke free!
The rabbit kicks free.
No way!
All right, you dash as the guy's eyes glow up. You dash between his legs. And just the rabbit, and you head towards the door.
I'm
There goes
gonna
your pet
chase
again.
after like I'm gonna like the objects on there. I'm gonna grab them quickly and then chase after what I presume is Kara, actually, not Owen. I'm gonna chase after Kara. Get back here!
There goes her pet again. Never keep a hold of a rabbit. I told her it was a bad pet.
All right. Owen, as you're running out the door and the mage goes to chase you, the guard stops Arlani. He
No,
puts his hand.
That's
in
my
front of him.
rabbit. No, she's going to get hurt. You got it. I'm gonna try to go
Harboring
through him.
fugitives is punishable by death.
Sorry. What?
Harboring fugitives is punishable by death.
That's just a rabbit.
Owen,
Kara is a murderer.
Owen, what are
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm gonna try to get into a thick crowd, and then I think I might try to jump in, like if I can stealthily jump into one of the waterfalls that goes down into the pond.
All right.
I did it. I did it
You-
with when I was a kid. I can do it now.
All right, you dash and duck and dive, and you leap out into the waterfall, and you fall. You free fall for a moment, and then suddenly you land on something, and beneath you is a large, glowing, translucent hand, which suddenly squeezes around you,
Oh,
and you are lifted back up to the floor, and not one of the guards is standing there, but Vaughn.
No way! Oh my God!
there's so much angry
What?
there's so much angry rabbit chittering. It's not even funny.
When I heard you were a murderer, I had to see it.
He knows! He knows it's you too!
Oh god. I'm a fucking rabbit.
A caramel-colored rabbit.
I hate this so much.
And by the way, this is a Holland lop, so the ears are like they're heavy and they like come
No,
down the side. Okay.
It's just this thrashing rabbit in his giant hand.
Well, he pulls it closer, and two of the guards come rushing up. Thank you, Vaughn. It was gonna be a pest to catch like that. Right. So then, shall we begin interrogation? Do you want to be a rabbit for the whole thing?
How well can a rabbit glare?
Not very.
No. I guess a little red. No, he doesn't have red eyes. I put up a moment of resistance, and then I like go limp for a moment and turn back into me.
Oh,
I
is that
didn't.
Borelli? Nice.
Was kind of hoping to wear this before.
Vaughn appreciates the Borelli.
I know you would.
That was very nice.
Why do you have to have such good taste? I want. You know what? Okay.
That's a
Ah,
real Borelli.
I grit my teeth and I go, I did not kill anybody.
Well, I believe him. That's enough for me. Didn't we let him go? The guards just kind of look at Vaughn. You were the last one seen with the guard. Do you know what happened when the explosion went off? Why did you enter the city instead of wait? Would you move
Because
him,
there was-
Vaughn, into the
He-
zone? And the one in the robes holds out his hand and casts Zone of Truth.
Oh, this again.
And Vaughn will move you with the hand to it and then let go of you.
Okay.
Alright, roll a charisma saving throw.
We're at 18. Give me that 18 again. Oof, that is a 9.
Which comes out to a 9.
Yeah, it comes out to a 9. I have horrible charisma.
You
I'm not that
feel
likable.
yourself- You feel yourself unable to lie once more.
I did not kill that guard.
Do you know who killed the guard then?
There were 3 hooded people who ran off, and the guards chased after them. Why aren't you go interrogating them? Just because I have a more
Did anyone in
known
your
face.
group kill the guard?
No one in my group would dare kill a guard. Well, no one in my group killed a guard.
You wouldn't have been able to say it. That's the thing.
Vaughn's just smiling as he stands there, watching.
Can you let go of me? This hand is squeezing a bit too hard.
You can't speak as a rabbit, by the way.
No, he trains back.
I'm back.
How's the hand still holding on to him?
Well, for one, it's Bigsby's hand. It's
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
a
it's a big hand.
mage hand.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not a. Yeah.
Okay.
But it let go of him already. It let go of him when he moved him to the thing.
Mm.
Dropped him
Okay.
there.
None of my party harmed the guard. I believe some of my party saw the people who did harm the guard
Where did they go?
into the cellars, into the under the center.
Steam shop or something like that was his name.
No, it's under the steam shop. It's the
Well, they could have been to the steam shop.
Residential
Alone.
area.
Yeah.
they went under the steam shop.
He looks at the other guard. Is your father a traitor to the Empire?
That is so intense. You gotta.
He's not though. He's not. He's not. Owen doesn't know for certain, so he's not.
I don't know.
Vaughn's eyes don't really emote too much, so they just kind of narrow a tiny bit. Well, if the zone's working, he's answered honestly. He didn't do it. Though he entered the city without permission.
Just hit me with a fine or something.
Trespassing on the inner ring. 100 gold.
Can I pay that in payments, perhaps?
They glare at you.
Fine.
Be lucky we're not charging each individual in your group.
Well, I mean, technically they didn't need to. They weren't in the circle, so. Okay, yeah, 100 gold. Sorry. Yes, I'll get that to you immediately.
One more question before we drop the circle.
Oh,
Have you managed to find any other key pieces?
Vaughn asks very openly.
Oh wow, what a question. Of course not.
No, I don't. We haven't found. We've been a little bit busy, Vaughn.
With what?
I don't know. I got my soul sucked out by a witch.
Hmm.
Just
Married, did you?
But this is away from us. This is like way away from the house, so we're not in this conversation at all.
No, I think it's like right outside the house, isn't it?
No, it's all the way at the edge of the ring.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
fuck! Yeah, I got really far as a rabbit. Then.
imagine
crap.
imagine you got like it's like 3 football fields or a football field away at minimum.
Yeah, I got pretty far as a rabbit. Okay, cool. Well, at least
I've been busy too. Here, unfortunately, they required my counsel. Anyways, guards, I think you're free to let his friends go. I will catch up with my friends. The guards look about for a moment before, like, they make the circle disappear. And they walk away.
got
The one
something on my
inside the
new
house-
Varelli.
Yeah, he motions his hand. Prestidigitations it clean.
Thank you.
You really
Brand
ought
new.
to, you really ought to take an hour to get to know your suit. It really helps it with the comfort. You're stretching.
I haven't had a chance to yet. Like I've said, quite busy. You've been here for how long?
Oh, a few weeks, I guess, maybe. I can't recall. A week? Maybe. I don't know. It feels too long. Yes, my father's war council was helpful, they said, before they dismissed him back to the city and requested me to be here for a while. Too long.
Well, it might be getting more interesting quite quickly.
I can only hope. Finding these pieces had given me some new life. Everything else had become so mundane. Isn't that strange? In war times, a general finding things mundane. Feels like a book.
I can't say I relate.
At this point, the rest of you could have caught up to them.
Well, they stopped us from leaving, right?
No. As the guards left, they called for the ones with you, and they left you in there. And yes, the bird at the door goes, "That was a new experience."
Oh my goodness, they're gonna catch Owen and they're going to kill us.
You don't know it's Owen yet?
Oh, they very much already questioned the man. They're leaving.
Oh, we
They
can
left.
see. Is he within field of view?
Well, the bird is at the doorway. You guys weren't.
Oh.
Alright.
Well, I thought actually I was trying to run past the guard to stop Kara from the Kara
Yeah,
from.
he didn't let you go that far.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then, I guess we should go. Is everything okay out there?
Owen kind of sighs and he goes,
I was
yes,
I'm talking to the bird because who he can see and I can't.
No.
He appears to be speaking to General Bodrick.
General
Lord Luther's here! Oh no!
Luther? Luther would never climb stairs.
Oh, not Lord Bodrick, his son, the General.
Vaughn's here! Oh no. Well, maybe this is
You
good.
have an issue with his entire lineage.
Maybe, no, Vaughn's fine. Vaughn's fine.
Oh my gosh, we look like a mess, don't we?
Eh,
Well, you're definitely not wearing any Varelli, but you do.
Right, well, oh dear. Are they coming back to the house?
No, they seem to be talking at the edge of the ring. Shall I walk you there?
Oh, yeah, we should probably recoup us our compatriots. And
He
Vaughn.
offers you his hand.
Oh, she's very nervous but takes it.
Did we leave all the magic? Or
No. She picked. Arlani picked it up all real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, so he walks with you over there. Owen, friends.
Vaughn!
Yes, it was.
So nice to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, it turns out it was all just a misunderstanding.
Oh no, you did break a law. You trespassed in the city.
trespass. What?
Yes, it's like
Vaughn, it is a pleasure to see you again. You are looking dashing.
I've grown fat in a few days.
Do please do not make the same mistake your father did.
Nolan.
I would never.
For the sake of your own inner self.
You need to go through the circles now, Owen. I know it's not what we've grown accustomed to. We've had quite the privileged life at this point. But even if you come in by airship, they ask you the question. He stops for a moment as he looks at you. You wouldn't happen to actually be in contact with... There's no truth of you. There's
unfortunately, that isn't, that's a no.
Roll a deception.
Oh, it doesn't have his name on it. Where's your name? Oh, Vaughn. I was supposed to say Rov.
Rob. That's his new name now. You call him Rob just to piss him off. Roll a deception.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Boldrick? I thought it was Boldrick without a G. Huh.
Oh, that's really, really bad. I haven't been... Let's see. That is... a deception?
Yes.
Oh, that's like a 7.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
I haven't been searching out people. I've been a bit busy. We're actually starting a,
Vaughn, maybe you can help us. We were actually going to write you a letter because some scenes have happened and we are in some, well, all of us are in some serious trouble.
Yeah, let's... Sure, do you... Where can we go to explain?
Well, so first of all, sorry for the not introducing. This is Hawkins, a new colleague of ours, and Hawkins, this is Vaughn,
Yes.
Lord Von Boldrick of oh god,
Lord.
Weston. What's the name?
not Lord General.
We're on a first name basis now, Hawkins.
I don't mind.
Oh, I don't.
Alright.
What was his last name?
General
Oh,
from
Winston.
Westgate.
Westgate.
Windcrest.
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 Right.
Alright.
Pleasure to meet you, Wink. Heard about your endeavors.
We were in the
Honored to
middle
know
of...
that you did.
He's a genuine Tomb Raider.
We were in the middle of organizing an expedition.
For one of the keys.
Perhaps if
Not necessarily, but yeah, maybe we should go to a more private place to talk about these things. Vaughn is a very powerful ally of ours. Hawkins.
Hawkins.
An ally with the general.
Oh, Owen kind of snorts and tries to like hide his face.
You are a peculiar. Of course, let's go. My state is close unless you want to go all the way up to the 8th ring.
I
Down here.
I looked
really don't feel like going up all those stairs again, so...
As you look over, you hear just a sudden kind of noise as 2 of these metal guards seem to activate, and they run after a figure that went to the fountain. Looks like someone entered without platinum. They must not know the rules. Vaughn looks over the edge, and he kind of narrows his vision. Does anyone else look?
Yeah, I'm looking over. At first I was looking to see if I could have made the jump because I mean,
It probably would have knocked you out of your rabbit form, 100%.
okay, definitely. But I mean, I would have made it.
Standing at the edge of the fountain at the bottom, a very familiar visage, covered in greenish scales, standing roughly about 7 feet tall,
No!
dipping its fingers into the water.
It's Separas. We gotta go.
Vaughn.
We gotta run.
Vaun,
not
if you ever listen to anything we say, I would listen now. We should get out of here now.
How is Hawkins responding?
He's staring at the creature wide-eyed, and the 2 guards approach him and hold their spears at him. the two mechanical ones, as a human guard comes running up and he goes, "Listen, buddy, you might be not from around here, but we don't allow people to come in unless they got platinum to spend. This district isn't for you low-class people." And you can see, like, he sort of stands up straight and, like, looks back at them.
This was a dude who was like asleep, isn't it? Who had like his shield to his spear to the side.
Yes. And you can see Vaughn, like, sort of reaches back his hand, and he's getting ready to channel, like, a very powerful magic in it. And you see down at the bottom, Severak looks at them, and then bows his head. "You'll have to forgive me. I'll return with platinum then. I hope this isn't too grave a fine." "Well, it's normally 50 gold, but if you don't have the platinum on you, you might have to work for... I can acquire it. How much time do I... I'll give you an hour to see what you can manage. Go on down a ring."
Somebody's dead.
Oh, that guy! Oh my god, the entire town's gonna be in chaos, dude. Like,
I shall not disappoint you.
oh my god.
Oh, this is bad.
It's so bad.
He just begins to walk off.
Uh-oh.
We need to leave.
And the bird just kind of looking at him like, "That's Teleros?
That's sad.
The great conqueror, the tyrant king
Well,
of his
he's in a
people?"
different form right now, probably to look like normal mortals, not to scare them. I was expecting mass carnage.
I also was expecting mass carnage.
I still expect mass carnage.
That he killed all of his people. Turned every single one of them into an undead. The death of his own empire.
Is this interesting Vaughn at all?
Yeah, Vaughn's like looking at him like he said, "I'm on the 8th floor. You can find my estate fairly easily." And then he grabs the edge and hops over. "Wait up!" And he falls down into the water.
He's going after Sebaraz?
Yes, and he runs out and chases after him.
Oh.
Wait a moment.
Well, that fixes this for me.
No! Vaughn's going to die!
Oh, fuck. Vaughn, wait up.
We needed Vaughn! No! Oh, he can't see us! Oh, and I'm gonna, like, stop Owen from even going, like, pulling him away from the ledge.
Do you want him to live or to die?
No, if Sebaraz sees us here, we're all dead! We can't, but please!
We can't. There's no one else we can send after Vaughn is going.
Vaughn's very charismatic, please!
You said he hates my people, right?
Well, presumably?
Yes, he does not quite.
Then he would care quite a bit more about me than he would Vaughn, correct?
You're not going down there. We need you too. Please, don't. Can we just
We have an expedition to go to.
I'm gonna look up. How much more daylight is there? God damn it!
It's barely past midday.
Fuck.
And I can't exactly hide.
Oh my god. Oh my. What do we do? We could go out to the 8th floor. He can't get there immediately. He sounds like he's gonna spend an hour or so gathering the coin. I mean,
I'm sorry. Do you not
Go
think
behind somewhere,
do you
murder a rich person, and then
Do you think Vaughn is not going to invite him to his home?
oh my god. No.
We're gonna be sitting on his couch, and he's gonna walk in that front door with Vaughn.
Oh, that sounds awful.
I'm hoping Vaughn either. I don't want Vaughn going down there.
Fuck you, Box! Oh god, we're big boxed is what's gonna happen.
You have to make a choice here. Carter or Lilith?
Regardless
do you
of what
want?
he's doing, that person, Sebaraz or not, cannot return until he has platinum, and he seems keen on at least following that law for now. We
So he
have
hasn't-
time.
Right,
We have to garner 6 pieces of platinum, 5 to pay off his crime, and 1 to enter the floor.
60 pieces of platinum?
6.
Oh, 6.
Well, so we have some time. Let's hope Vaughn doesn't die, and he can come back, because Vaughn could maybe provide us some more insight. Vaughn's very well learned.
Hawkins, do you happen to know where the teleportation circles are on the circle.
We don't
I
have the
should
money
know.
for that.
A few. You know
How
where
much
a
is
few
it?
are?
How much is it to use it?
Several hundreds of gold for a party this large.
See, I told you we have the funds for that. So
If
maybe
I
And you
didn't,
have 100 gold fine.
I did pay that already. I do pay my fines.
fine. What?
And
100
Aquaman
gold
always
fine?
pays their debts.
Great, we're more broke.
Yes, that is sort of the punishment of the rings. The poor who come up find themselves entrenched in a debt they can never pay, and then work the steam. I think they intend to do that to Severaz. They've played an awful cruel trick on him. You see, he won't find any platinum down there.
Except for the one that Vaughn holds.
I saw the man level an entire town. I don't think he's gonna have a problem with platinum.
I wouldn't wage war here.
Well, you
I'm
haven't
not as
quite
powerful as
seen.
him.
You haven't quite seen what he can do.
Well,
and
we,
he's
we,
immortal.
we don't know if Sephiroth is going to show his hand fully or not yet. He might be still weak because he just came back and he doesn't have full control yet, right? So
Perhaps we simply have to wait till sundown.
that's what we need to do. It's just to buy time. The 8th floor is so high up, right? That's where Vaughn's estate is, and Vaughn is very powerful too. So we can just hide there until night and then whisk ourselves away, right?
Okay.
Vaughn would probably be the greatest general of his generation if he weren't so rash and prone to challenging people to one-on-one fights.
Yeah, that's what's holding him back.
I'm gonna peek down the ledge. Do I see Vaughn and Sebraz still talking?
No, they've left the floor.
They've gone down.
He's gonna murk.
Oh my god.
Wingcrest,
Yes.
where do you house your dead?
Excuse me?
Outside the tower.
How close?
Good point.
Outside the walls.
How far?
There is no graveyard inside the city, Selgaunt.
Well, perhaps we have some time then.
How many are down in the residential area?
The one below, the underground or the outside?
Underground.
I would imagine over 40,000.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Do you think 40,000 zombies could take on Warforged here?
Well, no, not given the circumstance you provided. The underground, it's a cruel trap. If ever there were to be a rebellion, every floor below the 3rd could be flooded with ease.
Well, maybe we should tell you what we've seen Sebraz do. And oh my goodness.
Shall we go to your friend's estate or return to mine before?
Probably further
I
up.
suppose the 8th floor. Yes.
Vaughn is going to have questions. We might as well be there to answer them before he comes up with the wrong answers.
So the reason why we kind of were trying to hide is that Sebraz saw us in the prison, and if he sees us again, he's going to correlate that we're kind of on the same path and probably opposing him, and he probably will escalate his actions, right? And we don't necessarily want that to happen to us or to everyone, if that makes sense.
How much money do you have?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I have probably about 1,200 gold in my stores.
Do you know we need to prevent this individual from getting information, so you're precious to us, your book is precious to us. How much of those other books will be useful to him? We need to figure that out now.
I don't think that Sebastian wrote very much about the Aerie. He was keen on their empire.
Well, I'm not too worried about the area as much as learning about his own efforts and expansions. I'm pretty sure Sebastian wrote upon that, right?
I don't think he ever said
Sebastian,
Severaz's name in any of his writings.
we don't even know if they're linked. We just assume that they might be linked.
But he was researching him, so he'll find out other locations where he might have stored or housed his power in this new land, right?
Severas
Even with
is
my research, I didn't know that the locations of the tombs were in the cardinal directions from their capital point. That's new information. It's something that he shouldn't have either. If we
That's
move
good.
quickly, it should be good.
Can we go? Can we go up?
Yes.
okay. Yes, we'll climb.
He's walking with you as you guys head up past each floor, and
We know-
eventually,
Hawkins,
We know that his main objective was the guild where we found you. Is there anything there we still need to hide?
That's what I
We
was
had-
getting at.
We have the two most important things from there. We have you and we have your book.
I was gonna double
You-
check. I still have the book. I still have the book, so
yes.
just making sure.
You-
Alani's is panicking about it.
We need to protect you as much as anything else. If we want to stand a chance here.
Does seem that all he has to do is reach one of them in order to stop this.
Alright. Well, Bond's probably got quite a nice place here. Let's go
Yes.
check that out.
He has quite the manner. Him and all the other royal families, they do love the eighth ring, don't they?
Have you ever come across the Oxhorns living here?
I've
We-
seen them in passing.
We have a perfectly usable estate up north. We have no reason to have lodgings here.
There's a custom that when someone is from a certain distance away, that the royalty hosting them offer them bed at that time. Vaughn being a general for the Selgaunt army, his estate was provided as a trophy for his efforts, I'm told, and his father, very much against that, claimed it was for the efforts of the entire Baldridge family.
Well, I would like to apologize in getting you wrapped up into all these things.
Oh, no, it's... Even if something awful is to me, my soul rended from my body, as he is to be done, the soul player. I am near the end of my life. What good I can do with it now is but a bonus.
Can I insight
I-
that? Does he?
Yeah.
Does my character actually think that he thinks that, or is he just trying to act tough?
Maybe he's just senile.
That's a pretty good roll. I don't think she's got proficiency in it though, so I think it's only +3. Yes, so it's 21.
He is genuinely scared. He is conducting himself like a noble, in an appropriate manner. He's not panicking in the streets, but he's scared. But some part of him has resigned himself that he must deal with this.
That's kind of like the rest of us a bit. We have to deal with it. We don't want to deal with it, but we have to. Man, what an episode!
feel-
What a fucking episode!
I still feel fucking manhandled.
You were handled mostly as a rabbit. If there's any bonus to you, you were more rabbit handled.
Oh,
That
The
was
new per-
yours, Kara?
the new person in our party has jokes. This makes it so much worse.
I thought that was really Kara.
So then I'm gonna summon
It tur-
Kara.
It
and-
turns out I can do more than just bears.
Does Kara apparate?
Yeah.
I'm gonna scrunch my rabbit and like bring it real close like a stuffed animal. Squeezing it.
You really should allow your rabbit to breathe more. That was suffocating.
You
I
should've-
have to.
You were resisting so much. See, Kara's very tame. She's such a cute rabbit. You're such a good rabbit.
Also, as you're reaching the 8th floor, after climbing up all these floors, pushing through these people, you can see the large chains sort of attached to the walls on either end and the platform in the middle of this floor. There are 2 men on it right now, currently fighting. They're no weapons, but they're currently fighting, and they're pushing each other towards the edge.
Oh my
One
God.
is pushing the other towards the edge.
Oh my God!
Is this new, or have I seen this before?
This is new. This has not always been here.
This
But
is...
as he reaches the edge, you can see that there is a chalk ring around the edge, and the guy gets thrown, and as he stumbles back, he like looks over the edge, and you see like a force like of energy will like vibrate, and he falls forward.
Oh my God! Okay, I thought it was a fight to the death. You kick someone off the brain and they plummet 8 floors.
He fucking lays back on the floor right there and lets out a sigh.
How new is this, Hawkins?
Oh, this is at Vaughn's request, a war thing, I'm told.
Of course, yeah, okay. I should have seen that coming.
Often bring this out for the more barbaric of the people.
Kevin, how I would enjoy such a fantastic sight. Maybe a good chance to make some money.
I don't think exactly.
We don't
Do we have the time for that?
What are you suggesting?
there's always time.
We send Caven into the No! We have
Absolutely.
more important things on our plate, like maybe not dying.
Well, it'll get your
Just
mind
lose
off
100
things.
gold.
Do we have anything to do until nighttime?
You agree with this, Hawkins? Can I call you Hawkins, by the way? Is that alright?
I'm trying to figure out what we're doing.
Well, I thought
At
maybe
nighttime, we'll
hiding.
be able to leave.
A little leisure time. Kevin, come on.
It's okay.
I'll do it if you bet on me. Spread the money around to
I
the
will absolutely bet on you. Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness, you people.
It's only the end of the world, Owen.
It's the end of... Only I'm squeezing my right.
It's interesting because you can tell who the nobles are and who aren't.
Haven's gonna take his axe off and hand it to Nolan.
They might not even let you in there. What are you doing? They might have it.
First, we're gonna see if we can figure out who we can talk to about this. And I'll walk around looking for someone that I can talk to about possibly getting a fight.
Oh my God! What is going on?
We do have time to spend, no?
We do have to. We did lose some platinum in that fine that got us into the ring. So, I mean, if Caven can get that back for us, that would refill my coppers.
As Arlani is like panicking, Hawking like puts one hand under hers and the other over hers and goes, "We can continue to the manor if you'd like."
Yes, Alani, learn more. Yeah.
Sure.
Vaughn's sisters, then. She's a lovely person.
Wait, Vaughn's sister is there?
Owen's stopped.
Oh, hold it in your pants, alright?
She did often like you during the visits when she would visit the academy.
No, she doesn't. But I mean,
No, this is true now. During the visits to the academy, Vaughn's sister didn't have any magical ability. No one in Vaughn's family except for Vaughn did, and his mother, who died at fucking childbirth for him. And so his older sister liked visiting you because you were another person who couldn't use magic there. One of the only people
Oh, get burned.
that's fine. She was
You are normal like me. Yeah, I am.
Oh, and if you'd like to give me your wagering bets, I can do that for you if you'd like to.
Oh, I'm so torn.
No, Owen, you enjoy your barbaric practice. Me, and it's okay if I call you Hawkins, right? Or do I need to? Should I refer to you by Windcrest?
Hawkins. We can be first name.
Well,
I didn't even ask.
I never maybe officially. My name is Alani, so. Right. Yes, let's get out to this center area.
Very good, Wingcrest. By the way, what does the G stand for?
Oh, Geralt.
Okay, alright.
Geralt.
Wonderful script on your book there. Truly a shame that it wasn't more popular. But we are going to make it worthwhile, trust me.
People don't seem to care too much. Fine.
I understand. But you did a good job, and thank you. I'm sorry for your beak.
If we lose money here, do we get kicked out?
Just don't lose all your platinum.
Anybody would care to wager? Everybody who is leaving, I have good feelings about this.
You know that
All
my
right.
funds
Here.
are so low that I can't. So good luck to you also.
Haven,
Take 5 platinum from me.
Oh, you're
Do
coming?
you know who to bet on?
Okay, very
Haven.
good.
You find a man who's running this. He has like a big not a megaphone in his hands, but like a cone to yell in, and he's shouting. He's like, "Who will be next? Who will fight next? 10 gold entry. Winner gets 100 gold."
I'll take that one up, if that's all right. I know I'm not
All
around
right.
to run.
Stage name.
Cave.
All right, Caven. That's it. No, like the killer, the annihilator.
The perfect.
Well, I'll look back at Nolan and say, whatever, fuck it.
All right, you got it.
And who's to be my opponent?
Whoever comes up next.
You there?
Oh no!
Now,
Oh no!
as you're stepping in, another person steps between you and Nolan. You see this, but Caven, you're walking across this like thin sort of walkway towards the ring. You don't see it, but the person speaks to them, and the announcer yells, "All right, that'll be Caven the Perfect versus." I just need to check your backstory real quick. Don't mind me. Oh fuck, I don't have it anymore.
Oh my god, it's gonna be his brother's name?
Yeah, I don't. You know what? Fuck it. It's gonna be Kalazim the Fire Fist. And that's your brother's name.
I turn around, just
And
what?
walking across the walkway towards the ring. Now that you're in it, you see.
I'm not here to witness this! Oh no!
This is actually my brother?
Yes, it is very much actually him.
Kalazim.
What in the hell are you doing here?
Father's orders. And he holds up his fist. Remember, there's no killing in the ring. First one to push the other out wins. Meet in the middle.
Gala, you're a little confident. You were all the more spelly types to try and deal with me like this.
Well, Father gave me a boon that I could deal with you with.
Of course he would, and you'd need something like that. You and Father are all worthless betrayers.
The only traitor here is you.
And did you say the same thing to Mom?
Do you meet him in the middle?
Yep.
In his current stature, this wasn't always the case, but in his current stature, he's larger than you now.
Jesus.
And his tattoos seem to be...
How tall is he?
He's about 7 feet tall, and I mean muscular-wise, and his tattoos seem to be burning with an energy. Once I finish this, Father will reward me greatly. Taking out a traitor like you, no, I'd do it free.
Didn't you hear? This isn't for blood, unfortunately. 'Cause I could deal with you for once and all.
He stomps his foot down and goes, "That's their rules, not mine!" And that's where we're gonna end this session.
Oh, Jesus
I was
Christ.
just about to switch the playlist. Oh, okay. Wow.
There's so much shit going on in this episode. Why,
Dude,
Box? Why now? I still don't. Look, you got me in it.
Alright, so tune in next Saturday for the showdown between Caven and Kalazim. And then, oh my god, there's a lot.
At least I got a new code out of this.
So thank you for tuning in, everyone, for episode 24 of Galewright Accord. Next episode 25. 25, quarter of the way to the 100. So have a great weekend, everyone, and remember, don't trust the Dungeon Master. Good night.
Especially Box.
Hey, damn right.